Hi, chat. Hi, everyone. Hello, and welcome to FNAF Week Day.
On the Super Nintendo cartridge.
FNAF Week Day. What's the word? Day 4. Day 4. Today, we've got a treat for you all. Scott Cawthon has been allowed his 1 hour of outdoor time. And he used it to go on an interview with Daco, where he asked him questions, which I don't know the answers to. I have no idea what's about to be said. Could be good. Could be the answers to everything. Knowing Scott, though, he probably isn't going to give us any. No, knowing Scott, he's probably not going to give us much to work with here. But hey, might as well. I'm excited. I'm excited to see, how his mind works. I've got a lot of questions about what the hell he's doing. I've got so many questions about what the hell that guy does. I'm gonna be so real. Like it's incredible. It's like watching like a I don't know, like a random animal that's just been let loose in the world. I want to know which way he rolls up his toilet paper. That's okay. This is why he only gets his 1 hour of outdoor time every week. What the fuck? Tomorrow we are getting some news. Tomorrow is the okay, in case hold on, I have to show you guys this. So, tomorrow is the very, very famous, very, very debated upon question mark collab announcement. If this is not... So, okay, right? Hear me out. There is no reason. There is no reason. If you say Fall Guys, you will be banned. There is no reason, right, for it to just randomly be moved. Because in case you didn't know, it was originally on the 6th, and then it was moved to the 5th. Now, Fortnite usually likes to have its, collaborations announced a little bit beforehand. It has to be. It all lines up. It has to be. It has to be. There's no way. Because now hear me out, right? Right? Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna go into some real shit here, all right? Some real shit, all right? Fortnite, right, is very, very much known for having its data leaked as soon as an update happens. As soon as an update happens, the data scrubbers, they go into the files, they find everything, right? They have an update scheduled for the 6th, which is originally when the collab announcement was. Now, let's say that the update was originally planned for the morning, right? As they usually are. If it was the Five Nights at Freddy's collab, right? Hear me out. The data files would have been leaked before the announcement, thus ruining the announcement. I think that someone thought of this last minute and then went, we have to change this. They rang up Scott, he hung up. They rang him up again, he hung up again. They came to his house, he shot them. They left a note saying, you got to change it. You got to change it to the 5th. Otherwise, it's going to get leaked. That is what I think happened. That is why I think it has changed, because of the fact that the update is going to happen in the morning. The data scrubbers would have gotten it, and it would have ruined the surprise. Because why? Because the thing is, right, is that people are saying so many other things. Right? Like that one little Roblox game that was made the other day. Why he would just put Roblox. If it was Roblox, he would have just put Roblox. The cat's already out of the bag with that. He is purposely hiding it because it is something that he has not worked with before. And also, he is too goddamn good for Fall Guys or Stumble Guys or whatever the fuck it's called. All right, he is too good for that. All right, so I swear to God, if it's any of those, I'm going to be I'm going to be so sad. FNAF Week will be canceled. FNAF Week will be canceled. Are you streaming the tournament thing? I can't make it to the tournament thing. I can't make it to the tournament thing that got announced today, and I feel really, really bad. But I can't make it to the tournament thing that got announced today. Sadly. I have a doctor's thing, sadly. So I can't. But I'll be available in the afternoon. It's just that it takes place, I think, in like the morning. It takes place basically when it is, sadly. But yeah. But anyway, if Five Nights at Freddy's is not in Fortnite, I will be canceling the rest of my streams for the month. As I will need to take some. Ow! Thank you, Sleo, for the 521. Thank you. As I will be needing to take some time to myself. No, I'm kidding. I won't be doing that. Yeah, I swear to God, dude, if it is not Fortnite though, I'm going to be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset. But it has to be. There's no way. I sound insane. I sound absolutely insane. Let me do a little look-see here. Let me look at the. How long is it until the next? Okay, you usually post these within the hour. Oh my God, it better goddamn be. As soon as it gets released, I'm going live. By the way, well, actually no, because I might be asleep. But I am going live first thing tomorrow. You are insane. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Anyway. I've yapped. I've talked. We've got something important to watch today. We've got the interview with him. I will not be holding back, by the way. I want to make that very clear. If there's just some stuff in here, I'm gonna talk about it. All right. I will be giving my opinions. Five laps at Freddy's comes out tomorrow. Holy shit, does it? Wait, does the demo come out tomorrow? Wait, does the demo come out tomorrow? No, it comes out on the 7th. Why would you say that then? Why would you say that? Why would that person say that it's coming out tomorrow? Demo's out on the 7th. Why would you're trying to trick me? FNAF movie is tomorrow. Holy shit. Alrighty. Let's do this thing. All right, hold on. I gotta put my window capture. There we go. Hold on. Okay. Studio mode, window capture, properties. There. Alrighty. We're here. We're ready to go. All right. I don't know what this guy said, but let's see what he has to say.
Scott, tell me what's in the box.
I think as the 10-year anniversary is upon us, I will give this as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary.
He's got no fucking clue what's in the box, I'm telling you now. He's got no fucking clue. As someone who has written in like secrets into stories, he's got no fucking clue what's in that box. There's no way. There's no way he knows what's in that box. I'm sorry, but there's no fucking way. I really hope he does. For my sake, I hope he does. But as someone who has written like random things into stories, being like, yeah, I'm gonna explain this later. He's got no fucking clue what's in that box. There's no way. There's no way. Oh man, I hope he does though. I'm being too mean. I hope he does.
What's in the box is...
He's gonna just say, I've got no fucking clue. Everyone keeps asking me what's in this box. I don't know. Stop asking me, please. I've gotten letters. I've gotten emails. I've got no clue, please. He just breaks down. It's gotta be. Oh man. All right. Let's see.
Look,
Aww. Hi, Mabel.
There's a dog.
Yeah, she's the best. What's going on, guys? Dorko back again. Hope you're fantastic today. And
Okay, here we go.
It's the 10-year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's. It is August the 5th, which means if you've been looking at the list,
No, it's not.
what the official Twitter has been saying, it's the interview with Scott Cawthon.
No, it's not. It's actually just they changed it. It's just wait a second. Hold on. They had to change it. I fully thought that I was in the Twilight Zone for a second there. I fully thought that I was like, oh, what the fuck? That's awesome. Okay. Dude, honestly, YouTuber having the video ready a day early, gotta give him props for that. Gotta give him props for that, honestly. You know what I mean? You gotta give him props for that. Ow, thank you for the 2 tier 1s. Thank you. Oh, okay, let's do it.
Everybody, how's it going? Dawko, good to see you again.
Yeah, it's 6 years since the last interview, right? Which
Jesus
is
Christ.
crazy.
That's a lot of time.
A lot of things have been happening since then.
Sorry,
so
my meds haven't kicked in
let's
yet,
go
so
back
that's
a
the
little
commentary
bit.
that
So
you're
the
getting.
interview was August 2018. So
Okay.
after that, we got Help Wanted, Special Delivery, Security Breach, Help Wanted 2, Ruin DLC. So there's a lot.
Okay, say what you will, but they are pumping out content for this thing like no other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't realized how many, like, there has been at least one game per year. And with, like, horror franchises that are especially this large, that just doesn't happen with games. Like, with games. That just doesn't happen. FNAF 1 and 2 were in the same year. Yeah. FNAF 1 and 2 were in the same year. Like, they're releasing stuff. And that's because, right? That's because, like, it's because of the fact that they're willing to have multiple companies work on it, honestly. I feel like so many, like, people, so many franchises, so many games are so just, like, stingy with their rights, where it's just like, oh, I don't want you to work on it. I actually want this other company to just work on it. And then the other company's just like, yeah, but we've got like 40 other things going on. Ow, we can't do this. You know, we can't do this. You know, like it's going to take like 4 years. Then they're just like, whatever. Meanwhile, this guy's over here just like, yeah, I'm going to have like 3 teams working on 4 different things at the same time to have, like, you know, a racing game and a story game be released in the same year. That's just incredible, honestly. Like, that's crazy to think about, especially because, like, and in my, as far as I know, and like as much as I know, like, I think this is the only franchise that's doing that. Plus the books, yeah, plus the books. See, that's what I mean when I say that this is his 1 hour of outside time every year. I mean it. Dude is in the fucking bunker. Jesus Christ.
A lot going on. And of course, the future games as well.
Not even with
Yesterday,
his kids.
Steelwall has announced something. I don't know what it is yet because we're recording this.
Oh, they haven't announced. They haven't announced it, have they? Steelwall has not announced it. They just spoil it in this. Oh, date changes. Oh, I really hope that it's. I really fucking hope that it's Fortnite, dude. I'm gonna. Oh, okay, we're fine.
But guys. Whatever it was, I hope you're very excited for it. Future Dorko, Into the Pit as well. Stuff to look for. There's so much.
Okay, this is such a... I'm sorry. I'm going to keep pausing it, all right? If you wanted to watch the full video, then you watch the full video. But Dorko, I think, has replied to me, like, once. Dorko has replied to me, like, once. On Twitter. And I forget which tweet it was. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on, give me a second. Let me find it real fast. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Okay, wait. No, we're good. Okay, hold on. let me find it real fast because it's just this random, like, it's the most random thing that you can think. Hold on. I need to find it. How do I find it? He tweets so much. I need to find it. Hold on. I need to just keep scrolling down until I find it because I forget what it was. The sunburn tweet. Yeah, it was the sunburn tweet. I said that I got like sunburn or something, and I was like, He just randomly responded to me. I was just like, "Oh, sick! Hey, what's up?" Hold on. It was the sunburn tweet. I forgot what he said. But like, I think it was me calling myself pale, and he like agreed. So that's hilarious. Yeah, so that's the only interaction that I have with him. Seems kind enough. I don't know. Do you want to link to the tweet? Sure, yeah. He said you were both. He said welcome to the Pale Club. Yeah. So I'm technically one person away. Because due to my paleness. No. He seems really nice though. I was so confused. I was so confused for some reason because like he just randomly responded to that one thing. I was like, oh hi. Oh man. All right.
Stuff to look forward to, and it's really cool that you've done like a week of exciting things for the 10-year anniversary. You know, we've never seen something like this before. 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is it's pretty crazy, right?
Man, I can't believe it's been so long since our last interview. That really seems like just it doesn't. How long did you say ago?
I want to say this. 10 years ago, the Markiplier playing Five Nights at Freddy's was my first time feeling guilty over a cuss word in a YouTube video. Because he got jump scared by Foxy and then cursed, and then I was playing it on the loudspeaker, and I just remember shitting myself because I was like, I just remember shitting myself. I was how young? I was fucking 10. I was like 9 or 10. That's crazy, actually. But yeah, no. I can remember just getting so scared because like, oh man, that's awesome.
It was 6 years ago. That's
years
hard to
ago.
believe. That's
awesome.
impossible to believe.
I know, right? I've actually got a
Oh,
song
man.
for you that I'm going to play for you to celebrate the 10-year anniversary.
Okay, no, this is getting things off to a kind of an awkward start, but I'll let you go on ahead.
Okay.
I really hope that he just gets like a full like 3D model one day. And it's just like he just gets to move around and shit. Ah, that'd be awesome. Have we ever seen this guy move? Or has it only been in photos? Oh, in his retirement video, in that one guy's retirement video, MapHead's retirement video. That one guy. In his retirement video. MapHead's retirement video. That was the one. That was the one. That was the one time we've seen him move. God, that's how I wish I was, honestly. I wish that there was only one video of me moving in the world. You know what I mean?
Wait, you're gonna be performing this yourself, or is something recorded?
I've got the harmonica right here.
Oh, a harmonica. Okay, my favorite.
I've been practicing this song for over 32 years.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you ready for this?
I'm scared.
I'm ready.
so scared. I'm so scared. I'm Play the harmonica! We got things to do.
I'm really good.
I've got things to get to. Come on.
Now, I will admit that I couldn't actually hear that. I don't know if your thing was.
This guy's sitting here like, damn. This guy's sitting here like, damn. I'm making $1 million a second. What am I doing here? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't want. I'm in like a make fun of everything. Ow, mood today. But I feel bad making fun of everything sometimes. But it's all ding. It's all jokes. It's all ding, ding, ding. I'm doing a little finger heart thing that I do. Yeah, show the emote. There it is. Okay, good. Just so that at least makes a little bit of sense. Alrighty.
Cutting the audio out.
Well, I actually played a spell.
What the fuck?
Oh.
The spell is
Where'd he
from
go?
1864.
Where did he go? Wait,
by
what was
a
that?
wizard
What was that one? Wait, what's
named
happening?
Dewey Muscrewy.
Okay.
That spell.
the fucking. Okay. I love this guy. That's so funny. I love this. I love this so far. Actually, this is so fucking funny.
Has now hypnotized you.
This guy's the best person to do it, though. This guy's the best person to do it because I feel like anyone else would like very much like stick to like, oh, what's this mean? What does this mean? Hey, what does this mean actually? But I feel like this is a good like thing where it's not just like, you know, hey, talk about your story. Dance for us. Come on.
Tell me all the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, never mind. Never
Jeez,
mind. Never mind. I spoke too soon.
I thought we talked about this in advance. Now listen, this is a bad idea to start talking about lore. All right, well here you have to give me specific questions, and
I like to think that the gameplay that's happening in the background is just actually what Scott's doing during this interview. he's just playing the first game.
I can answer for you.
He's just playing the first game in the background. midway through the interview, he just goes, "Oh shit!" I mean, what? Sorry.
Tell me what's in the box.
Oh shit! We're starting out with this.
Wow, just direct.
We're already here. We're already here.
Just like that.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Well, look, okay, it's the 10-year anniversary.
There's no way.
Okay, and
what is
even though I like to be elusive, I like to kind of tease the fan base. I like to, and I do like there to be an air of mystery about things.
I feel that so hard, actually. I absolutely love. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for all the subs. I am concussed. Okay, thank you for the year. Thank you. Why are there so many all of a sudden? I love making fun of you guys. I absolutely adore just posting things that make no fucking sense and watching everyone freak out. I get it. I fully get it.
Sometimes I do let things go on
Thank
for
you
too
for the
long.
subs.
I understand
Jesus
that
Christ.
sometimes things become not fun anymore and things can become frustrating for theorists.
That's fair.
So, okay. I think as the 10-year anniversary
here we go.
is upon
Lock
us,
in.
I will give this as
Lock in.
as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary. What's in the box
What is it?
is
So, have I told you guys about this story that happened? I think it was like when I was like 10 or 11. I was watching this sort of YouTube video, and sorry, I have to hold on. I have to think about the. Hold on. Sorry, I lost it. My bad. Oh wait, shit. I have to go back. Hold on, give me a second.
anniversary. What's in the box is
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back.
the anniversary. What's in the box is
What is it? What is it? Ow! Oh, I didn't even have to do it. I didn't even have to do it.
Oh my god.
and that's about it. And that's it, man.
Wait, really? We're just talking. Oh, we'll get back to
like
this.
we've been
Okay.
speaking about
Retention,
10
baby.
years of
Retention.
Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a crazy amount of time. I can't believe we're
It's
still
all
here.
for retention.
It's been such a journey. So I just wanted to ask you.
Watch until the end.
Highlight moment.
Ow,
For the
thank you for the
whole
prime.
10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's since 2014.
I think there have definitely been a lot of satisfying moments. Like obviously,
I think it was when I wrote that thing
one
about
of the new
like,
games would come
that
out
map
and it would be
pack guy.
positively received. That was obviously a huge relief. You know, there's never been any goal other than just giving everybody what they were really hyped up about.
Yeah.
You know,
Holy
when you see
shit!
everybody getting hyped
Ow!
up, getting
Holy
excited.
fuck!
If suddenly
Thank you, Meeps Peeps, for the 25 tier 1s. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. Thank you, OK, for the 2 tier 1s, too. Oh, my... Oh, holy... Thank you. Thank you so much for 25 tier 1s. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you.
something comes
There we
out
go.
that just is a big letdown, there's no greater
Thank you so
fear,
much.
I think, for a game developer. So that was
Dude,
always
no, to be fair,
satisfying and a relief. But I think
that is the biggest fear. That is genuinely my biggest fear. Is just one day I'm just going to release something for like Generation Lost and it's just going to be just no one fucking cares. no one likes it. No one enjoys it. Just everyone's just, oh, this is shit. That is my biggest fear. That is my absolute biggest fear. It's like, it's not even something that I'm like expecting you guys to like not like or something. It's just something that I'm genuinely like, I put so much time and effort into it and then it's just like, no.
I think the biggest highlight was probably just going to the movie theater to watch the movie when it finally came out, because you know, behind the scenes of all of the games throughout the years and behind the scenes of all the books being written and everything else, there was always the movie. The movie was just a slow burn.
That's so true, dude. The movie took fucking ages.
So that has been in the background being,
I'd be so
for
upset
almost the entirety of
if it took that long.
No, not almost the entirety of that first 9 years. So to be able to actually go sit in the theater and hear the reaction from everybody and hear the fans really enjoy it, that was definitely that was definitely a moment of just.
Someone just said the movie was good but not lore accurate. It's making its own lore. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not lore accurate? It's its own thing. Sorry. I saw that and I felt a demon. I felt a demon go up inside me. Actually, my bad. But no, it's like it's meant to be its own continuation. It's meant to have its own lore. Saying that the movie that was created by the same guy that made the games isn't lore accurate is like, it's the same thing as like, I don't know. It's like the same thing as like, I don't even know how to like what to describe it to, but they're all like, I'm so confused with what that means. Sorry. Okay. I'm just like,
real
dude,
happiness for me.
Listen, this is my week. All right. This is my week to just act completely just not normal about this. And then I'll reel it back in. All right. And then I'll reel it back in. It was slightly confusing. Oh yeah, I'll give you that. The movie was a lot. I can definitely get how like going into it from the games, you can be like, whoa, but yeah. All right, this is my time to like to be here. All right. So if you say something wrong in my chat, I will be attacking you. Not really. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was aggressive. But thank you guys. I'm sorry. That was mean. I shouldn't have just singled that person out.
Literally 9 years. Having ups and downs, getting the script right as well. I know you've said on posts before you've had so many scripts made for the movie. The plushies in Manhattan or something, that was one of the scripts. So
yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would have paid to see that.
Difficult it's been, like trying to get it all done. I can just imagine. Well, I can't imagine it because I'm not you, but when me, Raz, and Ryan and Baz went to a premiere for it and sat down at the cinemas, and we all looked at each other at the end, and we had to like, we couldn't believe it, and we didn't even make the games. We've been there since basically
My
day
God.
one.
Sorry. I'm watching.
Imagine how
I'm watching so I can react.
Now, just sitting down and seeing it actually, on the big screen.
I thought that Scott was British for a while. I don't know why.
Crazy feeling.
Yeah, and now that I've been through the process, I can tell you it's a miracle that any movie gets made. Just being through that process, just how many
That's so
wheels
true.
have to be turning.
That's
at the same
so
time.
fucking true, actually. Holy.
And how many things, and even though this process took a long time for me, Hollywood works at just blazing speed, where there's 100 things happening at the same time, and it's a miracle if these things get coordinated. And sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes they do. On the day that I was driving to New Orleans, and the shooting was supposed to start the next day, on that drive, I was on the phone. It was like a 5-hour drive from where I was. I was on the phone the entire time trying to finish contracts and finish negotiating points because there were still open items.
No, I feel that.
There were still things that needed to be resolved with Universal.
Yeah, no, oh shit, yeah, the Actors Guild and the Writing Guild, because this was like during, like, FNAF was one of the first things to be made after the strikes, wasn't it? Right? Like, it was one of the first things to be made after the strikes. There was still, like, a lot of, like, things that had to be redone for that. Because they had to basically make new contracts. Right? I don't know. I can't remember. I mean, to be fair, if the movie was already being made then before the strike, they probably did have to make new contracts for every single actor. Because of the fact that, yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh man, but yeah, no, I feel that because I remember, like, I'm trying to remember what it was with like Generation Lost. Well, yeah, no, the thing is though is that with the first thing with the social experiments, especially too, I remember just like literally making the teasers that were going out the days before. The ones with like the lines and everything, where we have like the, where we have like the neck down of the character and all that. Those were made pretty much like the day of posting. essentially, because we got the person in, we took the photo, and then I had this computer set up in literally like this like old like smoke shop. Basically, I had this computer set up in this smoke shop. I was like I was in the corner, and I was like the only thing there, pretty much. It's the same place where the monster was, and I just remember like literally like having to create like a lot of the teasers just straight up like the day of posting, pretty much. Like the day of posting. Now, obviously, this isn't the same thing, all right? Because he's doing like way much more. But like, oh, that very much taught me that hey, I should probably have a lot of these things way more in advance. So yeah, shout out everyone else working on it. Shout out fucking Egg, because I literally just pretty much just text them now. And I'm just like, hey, I need this made. Oh my god, but yeah, no, it's a lot.
Universal, Blumhouse, the Actors Guild, the Writing Guild. There were just Louisiana. There were all of these things.
The entire state of Louisiana was on his ass too.
Settled properly would mean
he wasn't even filming there.
And all of those conversations were happening at the same time. All of them depended on one of the other ones. And so that was a very stressful drive. But that's just the way that Hollywood works. There's a million things happening at once. It was definitely a whirlwind. But to see all of those pieces come into place, it was pretty remarkable, and yeah, like you were saying,
okay,
just all of the scripts, starting just with 2015, there were a couple of deals that weren't very good that I'm very fortunate didn't pan out. But then
fucking Warner Brothers,
Warner Brothers briefly, that was a good deal, and I was very, very grateful to have that.
Oh, they would have shelved it for a tax write-off, man. They would have shelved it for the tax, for the taxes, man.
And so I was really fortunate to meet up with Jason Blum and get to have that deal with Blumhouse. They had a lot of faith in the project, and they were following my lead on a lot of things.
They were gonna remake your movie with Nick Cage the whole time. Scott, don't do it.
I want to start over, but they were with me the whole journey. They were with me, and they believed in the vision, and everybody just had the fans at heart. That's all anybody wanted to do. Everybody was just making sure that every part of the movie would be something that the fan base would look at and recognize or relate to or connect with. And I think in the end, we were able to accomplish that. And I'm just really happy with that. And I think we landed with just the perfect cast, which, again, that almost didn't happen either. There were a couple of instances where someone else was about to get a part, and then something would happen that would make that not work out, and then someone better would step in. And I've said this.
Someone better. Oh my god. Oh my god. Every person that was before just got absolutely violated. Actually, every single person that was cast before. Nothing. You are nothing. Oh man. Hold on. I need something. I need something real fast. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, cool. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on, I need this. Hold on. I need this real fast. Fantastic. Okay. Cool. Oh. Hold on. Okay, I just need that. I just need that for some moments. Okay, continue on.
My contacts at Blumhouse numerous times just over this last 6 months, even since the movie came out, thinking, aren't we glad that we got like Josh Hutcherson for this role? Like, isn't it great we had
That's crazy.
Elizabeth Lail for this role? Isn't it awesome we had Matthew Lillard for this role?
That's even more
isn't
crazy,
it great
dude.
We ended up with Piper Rubio for this role. Like, every single person that we ended up with was just absolutely perfect in those slots. And everybody was just a delight to work with. Once again, since I'm new to kind of the film industry, I got to talk to people about their other experiences on other projects. And it can be really scary because usually, from what I understand, every production has one member.
They have a fucking point. That's awesome.
One person that causes problems or something like that. We didn't have anything like that. Nothing like that. Everybody was
someone that just causes a tantrum. Just someone threw Freddy Fazbear to the ground, kicks him.
Phenomenal. They were just a joy to work with, and getting to go to filming was really fun. So it was a really fun experience, and in the end, I'm just happy that the fans were happy with it. Now, that's not to say the film didn't have it's places where it could have been improved, and we're all, and me and Emma and Jason Blum, we're definitely chat about that, and looking to make sure the second movie is a step up and an improvement. So
that's exactly why I think the second movie is going to be more scary. That sentence right there is exactly why I think it's going to be way more scary. Because that was like the main thing from the first one, is that people were just like, oh, it just wasn't as scary. But I think that that's why it's going to be way more scary. But honestly, if it wasn't, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, honestly. Because the thing, dude, the best moment, it still had the best moment, in my opinion, of any FNAF-related thing. And that was the bite. That was the bite. The bite was the best thing that I've ever seen in my entire life with this franchise, honestly. Like, that was the last, like, the way that they did it, perfect. I love that. I love that so much.
I think.
I love that so much.
It's exciting. And yeah, you're right about the fan reaction. The fans absolutely loved it. Like, we all can't wait for the next movie. It's so exciting.
That's so true.
And I'm so glad, like, it's actually happening as well. So yeah, exciting times. So
not even the screen locking scene? Not even. I love just the chomp. That was good.
Of FNAF. If you could go back and change one thing in those 10 years,
this is good, actually. This is good.
That you would change? You can't say the box.
No,
that fucking box. Let me in. Let me in.
More shot at FNAF World. I really do.
FNAF World mentioned.
I know it still would probably.
I love this game. I love that game.
In the series, no doubt.
Dude, you're making a fucking racing game. It's not the oddball in the series. Please. Please. You're making a fucking racing game, man. It's not odd. Please, just make another one.
Maybe
I swear to God.
Still have been a poor decision in general, but there were just a lot of bad decisions made at the beginning.
It was
of that
so
good.
I don't know what you mean.
Start. Like I was making it.
I love that
mobile
shit
in mind, so it was a really low resolution. I was thinking about
That's fine.
On the phones.
That's fine.
I tried to make the whole game on one frame and click Team Fusion. That just means
I
wasn't allowing it to be as big as it could have been. I was trying to cram it all together.
That's you know what? That's fair. That's fair to say. That's fair to say.
There were just several decisions that were made.
That's fair to say.
That really hindered that. And also I was in a rush because I was getting a little arrogant, thinking that, hey, anything I make is going to be gold, and I definitely ate some humble pie with that really quick, and I learned that is not the case.
I loved that. I loved FNAF World. I don't know what he's talking about with this. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'll be the first to say, I love that. I love that game. I played it. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking through the lens of nostalgia, but like, I liked it. He admits the fault. Yeah, no, that's you know what? To be fair, props to him for admitting that he was like, anything I'll make will be gold. Like that is really good though, because that I don't think I'm ever gonna have that problem, because I think that I have the opposite. I have the opposite of that. But that is very much a thing that I bet he thought that, because it's like, to be fair, FNAF World came out after 1, 2, and 3 and some shit. Like, it makes sense that he thought that, because he made some bangers. It came after 4. Oh yeah, no yeah, it came after fucking 4. Like, of course he would think that, because he did, he did. But, I personally, I don't think I'll ever have that problem. I have the opposite problem, which means that to be fair, that's probably why he releases so much. Like, the thing is, though, is that that's not a bad thing to think, that you think, hey, what I make is going to be good, because of the fact that allows you to release more, because on my hand, I'm like, I don't want to release anything, because I have to make sure that it's perfect, that kind of thing, he doesn't have anxiety. Oh, I need to set up something. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, props to him though for that. Honestly, that's kind of good. All right, hold on, I have to do something real fast. Hold on. Never mind.
And so I've tried to be very careful not make that mistake again after that.
That makes sense considering
But,
what came
yeah,
out
you know,
after
if
that.
I could go back and change one thing,
That makes sense.
I wish I could maybe work with a different developer and just really make it a high resolution game, get in some really good graphics, maybe get someone else to help me with those graphics, and it could have been a good game. Could have been a good game.
I think it is still a good game. I think it is still a good game.
And have a lot of free time on my hands. Maybe FNAF 2 or FNAF World 2 might be a thing.
Yeah, FNAF 2.
I was about to say
FNAF 2 is real. Holy shit! We're getting a second one, guys. No, dude, if we actually get a FNAF World 2, I'll be so happy.
To do a FNAF World game, it's not over yet. I think I've said this.
That's so true.
I love FNAF World. I think it is so underrated, and I always say FNAF World is underrated. I love it so much. There's just a charm to it. I really do, and I know you don't like it, but I absolutely love it, man. I really do.
I think that the low res adds to it. I'll say it. He's talking about the low res being like that. I think that if the game was like high res with like really good, it would have lost a lot of its charm.
If I had allowed myself to work on it for one more year, just like really double its development cycle and let it be a high res game, I bet it would have really been something. But like I said, who knows? Maybe there's a sequel someday.
I honestly think that a part of its charm was like the fact that it was low res, the fact that it was kind of a jank game. You know, like I get what he wants, I get what he means. With like having a forest, being an actual forest, that kind of thing, right? But like, I feel like there's something to having, and that's just games in general. I feel like there's a really big thing for games being like, oh, they have to be the highest fucking res, they have to be, like they have to look real or some shit, or they have to at least, look nice or better. I'm just like, no, sometimes, really shitty, like pixel games are the ones that are the most fun because of the fact that they play into that. I don't know.
Let's move on.
But I mean, who am I to say shit? Who am I to say anything?
The amazing Steel Wool Studios. That was the next game after Ultimate Custom Night. Help Wanted. One of my favorite games.
Such a good game.
I absolutely loved it. What has it been like working with Steel Wool? Were you nervous about it? Because I know it's a big thing to give a company your baby basically and let them.
That is a big thing. That is a huge thing, actually. No, okay. I'm like, dude, before I was like, oh, I don't know why he just doesn't, have someone make his old game and everything, do that. I understand. I get it now. Because I'm like, again, I don't want to, again, when I say that I can relate to these things, obviously it's not the same scale or level or like intensity, right? But it's like, I definitely feel the same way of just like, it is so hard to give over something that you've been developing and something that you've been creating to someone else and having to go, hey, you make this part. It is the hardest thing, especially when you are so just in love with what you've created. It is so difficult. It is so difficult. Like like that's the thing. It took me a really, really long time to just finally one day just be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. Like I'm just gonna give this over to someone and have them make this part. Because if I try to make it, it's not going to turn out good. That's the thing. Like if I try to make it, then it's not going to turn out as good as if someone else made it. And that's kind of a thing that you have to give up sometimes, is just like that total control. But even then, you still do. You still do. You can still say no to things.
Do what you've been doing for the past 5 years. How was it for the first time letting someone else work on FNAF?
I was really nervous about it. I was really nervous.
That's fair.
I went several years still doing it by myself. Even after I had the financial ability to pay other people. Again, I wasn't in that mentality.
Tell me about it. This guy is making money.
I've done that. I was still doing things just all by myself, all the way through Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah.
But by then it was I knew that it was getting too much for me. I knew that I had to find another partner for it, and I was scared of that because there are stories all over the internet available about just games that went completely wrong because of games being mismanaged in the hands of development companies.
That's so fair. That's
and I'm
so
sure that all of
fair.
their pitches on the surface would have sounded the same, but I really got lucky. For that reason, I really feel like I got lucky because whereas I probably could have accidentally ended up with a company that did botch something, I didn't. I think I really honestly believe that I landed.
Oh, he absolutely did. He absolutely did.
One of the best.
Holy, holy, he did.
They've been just a pleasure to work with.
They're so
really
fucking cool.
Job. You know, this last
they
one they did,
so
Ruin,
much.
I thought it was just so much fun.
Woo! They do
so
a lot.
much fun, and I think that might be one of the. I think that might be my favorite thing that they've made was Ruin. And the things they have planned, which I'm not going to.
Ruin mentioned,
but the things that they have planned are really
exciting. I loved Ruin.
So
yeah, no, Ruin has been the perfect game, honestly, since like it's taken a bit, but I feel like Ruin was like Steel Wool's way of being like, hey, we can actually make this game. Like, we can actually do this justice. You know, after what Security Breach was. I wonder if they'll talk about the whatever happened with Security Breach. Because I'd really like to know what the fuck happened with Security Breach.
Yeah, I've been really happy. It's been a really good experience. Well, I'll tell you, on Help Wanted, I was going to throw in, I'm happy with how Help Wanted came out because at the time, and I don't have this anymore. I don't have a 3D, I don't have a VR setup anymore. But whenever the first Help Wanted came out, I did have a VR setup.
He threw it out after writing the story.
And of course, I was leading the charge to want to beta test my own games. I got into the Funtime Auditorium and Funtime, and I noped out of it. I took the headset off. And I immediately got on the phone with Steel One and said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to test it. You test it. You're going to test it. You'll find someone else to test it. I didn't even get jump scared by Foxy. I was just in there in the darkness, and I knew I wasn't going to do it. And I never played it again. And I never played Help Wanted. And I never played Help Wanted 2 either. And I'm not going to.
That's awesome that he's so fucking scared of his own games. That's the funniest thing, actually. He's terrified of his own fucking games. I love that. That's so fun.
Need to understand it though, right?
That's so funny.
In the past, like when I've obviously done videos on Help Wanted 1 and 2, I get a comment saying like, oh, it's not that scary, you're overreacted, it's not that bad. But you don't know until you've literally put on the headset, right?
Yeah.
It's completely different, you know, just watching it from a screen is compared to having the actual headset on. It's terrifying.
Yeah, completely different experience.
Foxy FNAF.
Glitch Trap
kills me.
One of my favorite characters in FNAF now. I absolutely love Glitch Trap. What are your thoughts on Glitch Trap as a whole? With the development of Help Wanted.
I love the character. And I know that this is kind of one of the places where I know that there's a little bit of a divide with maybe me and the fan base, or maybe just within the fan base, because I always lean sci-fi. I have a tendency to lean sci-fi, even though I try to.
You're telling me the guy that made Phasgoo leans sci-fi? Who fucking knew? Who knew? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You tell me you lean sci-fi? What? Dude, you don't lean sci-fi. You are fully knee deep in it. Like, come on, man. Let's be real here. Let's be so real here. You made fucking Remnants a thing, dude. It's awesome.
Come back into the roots of the supernatural instead, but I can't help my inclinations to lean sci-fi. So anything that involves possession of AI or possession of
I love his fucking caught
or circuitry. I love that sort of thing. So I love the idea of Glitch Trap. I'm not a huge fan of the name, and here's the way that these things happen. Okay, and this happened with Burn Trap too. Whenever I'm in the planning phase with Steel Wool, we come up with temporary names for these characters, you know. Whenever we're doing the pre-production document, I'll say, oh, well, he's glitchy, we'll call him Glitch Trap. Oh yeah, he's burned, we'll just call him Burn Trap. But then those names get embedded in the source code because
it's not even the fucking name for them.
And once they're in the source code, and once someone finds them in the source code, that's it. Like that's the canon name now.
Oh my god! Thank you for the 24 months.
And
that's terrible. I'm so that sucks.
Going forward to maybe find I don't know to just hone in on a better process there, because yes, I love the character. Not a huge fan of the name, but it is what it is for now. You know, it's the name.
I love Glitch Trap's name. Could you think of a name like on the spot, like what you would want to call him or not?
Oh, I have no idea. But you know what? A good example is
Michael Bafton.
Nexus, you know, from Ruin.
Oh, that is a good name. That is a good name.
Where
sorry, I'm just kidding. Stop
photo. My design of the game, I thought that through, and I came up with that. and I'm really happy with it. I really like that name. It's a really cool name.
Mm-hmm.
But now, see, if I didn't have one of those ready to fire off, I might have thought up something like, I don't know, Purple Trap or you know, or AI Trap, or just something temporary, and that would have been the can name. That would have been so much worse.
Oh, that would have been fucking awful.
Nexus. So
after Help Wanted, we got Security Breach.
Oh, they're talking about Security Breach.
Happy with the release of Security Breach when it first came out?
Security Breach. There's a really big story behind.
What happened? I'm so intrigued.
Challenging period, and a lot of things.
Security Breach mentioned.
Didn't line up perfectly for that, and there were a lot of reasons for that. I mean,
what was the reasons?
I hear lots of studios and things kind of blame COVID for stuff, but there is a reason for that. COVID took well-structured work systems and suddenly scattered them and expected the work to continue to flow, and it just doesn't work that way. From my understanding, I'm pretty sure most, if not every member of Steel Wool got scattered across the country and were trying to just carry on with the workflow, and it was just really difficult. I think that's really the only example when my idea of how a game was going to go was misaligned with how things were going with Steel Wool. And
he just didn't know. Oh, fuck.
For mind. Okay, for Security Breach, I really did. I had a very specific story in mind, and it is very different than the one that got in the game.
I'm gonna die instantly, I think, dude. I'm so sad about that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So there's a whole other fucking story to Security Breach. I mean, we knew. We already knew this. We already knew this, dude. We already knew this. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad, actually, thinking about it now. Damn. Oh, that's so annoying. That's so sad. Just because of misalignment. Literally just because of the fact that there couldn't be communication within the... Oh, fuck. That's so sad. Security Breach remake when? That's the thing, is that FNAF really doesn't work with remakes. I'm going to be so real. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't work with remakes. If you were to remake it, then it would just... Especially now that there's been sequels. Especially now that there's been sequels to, like, Ruin and everything. That story is cemented. You can't change that, really. You really can't change that. That's so sad, actually. That does kind of suck. That does kind of suck. FNAF Security Breach movie, even then though, the whole draw of Security Breach is that it was going to be this like really big like free roam, like there was so much for it. That's so sad though. That's so sad. Can Security Breach be the weird timeline shift that nobody talks about? No, because of the fact that we got Ruin. We got Ruin, and that was really, really good. So this is cemented. This is cemented now. But I'm fine with that. I'm honestly fine with that because I'm happy with the direction that Ruin went. If you were talking to me before Ruin, I would say yes, I think a remake would be good. But now that Ruin came out, I'm like, you know what? I like the direction that it's going in. I'm hopeful again for it.
And I think a part of that is the way that I conveyed that to Steel Wool. Because what I was trying to do was I was trying to tell Steel Wool to do specific things throughout the game.
Okay.
Put specific items in specific places.
Oh shit.
Have specific characters do certain things. Meanwhile, not telling them what the story plot was. Because
why would you do? Oh, why the fuck would you do that? What are you? What did you think would happen? What the fuck did you think would happen? Oh, that's so sad though, because he didn't know. Oh, I get that though, because I can get one to keep things a secret, and then that's so sad though. Dude, I get you want to be vague with it, but that hurts my soul. That hurts my fucking soul. That is why. That is like, dude, that makes so much sense though. That makes so much sense. Like, I can get not wanting things to leak, but like, I make sure that the director or that the main person of whatever is being worked on at the time fully understands exactly what's happening, why it's happening. Like, I am not comfortable with someone working on something that I'm making unless they know exactly what I'm trying to do as much as I do. And that's what I got. That's what I got with the first one. You know, like Jake, Kryken, they understood exactly what we were trying to do as much as I did, right? I made sure we had like hour-long meetings where I literally just kept on explaining to them the plot and how everything worked, right? You know, like with this next stuff that we're all working on. Everyone involved in it knows what we're trying to do and how we're doing it as much as I do. And I always make sure about that. But yeah, no, that makes so much sense why Security Breach turned out that way, man. I'm upset about that, actually. I get that. Where's my moves being a founder's edition? Oh, that's so fun, actually. Wait, hold on. Let me pull up my stream elements activity feed. There we go. But yeah, no, I get that though. He didn't think to explain. Yeah, no, that's the thing that I definitely have fallen into, where I'm just like, because of the fact that it makes sense in my brain, you know. Oh, but yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. In my head,
I was thinking, okay, when people find this, they will connect this to this to this, and it will all be revealed. And I thought I could do that. Okay,
you can do that. No, because I get it. I get why he thought that, because you can do that with games, you know, like FNAF 4, like FNAF 3, right? Like you know, Sister Location. You can do that with games like that, but with Security Breach, you know, having characters, having things walk around, the complexity of it, with how much there was, like, you can put in a 2D game, hey, have this little secret thing here, and it will make sense, right? But you, in a 3D game with like a walkable environment, that, yeah, no, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense as why you thought that.
The story plot. That didn't work out very well because they got all of these pieces and they thought it was their job to connect them in a way that made sense.
That makes so much sense. I'm ending it all. I'm ending it all. Oh my god.
The same pieces, but telling completely different stories.
That makes so much sense.
And since I was trying to kind of tell a specific story with mine that went a certain direction, they were taking pieces I didn't fully understand and trying to craft a story out of them. And again, I don't blame them for that. I blame myself for that because I guess what I should have done is said, hey, here's the story. Here's why these pieces are here. Here's how they're supposed to connect.
Yeah.
I can give you an example for this.
This hurts me. This hurts my soul.
Because I don't like messing with the lore. But I think in this case, it's okay. When it comes to Burn Trap.
Oh, shit.
Originally, Burn Trap was never supposed to move. He was supposed to just be something you saw in the corners, or like if you were walking past machinery, you might peek in between two things and see him in the corner or propped up against a wall, almost like a some kind of decaying movie prop, and you never fully understood what the purpose was. And he had a very specific purpose, and I'm not going to say what that purpose was, but realistically, he never moved. Well, obviously that's not.
Why is he down here? Why is he drinking the coffee? Why is he down here? Sorry, my VTuber got moved. Okay, you know what? No, I'm gonna make my theory on what that was based on his information. Vanny's the one that's moving him. Vanny's the one that's moving him, obviously. Like, yeah. Right? Like, that has to be the reason why. Like, if he appears in multiple places throughout, then that implies that he's not the one moving. He's the one that's being moved. And ultimately, it's Vanny that's the one that's moving him. That's, like, keeping him, like, quote-unquote alive in a way. You know? But why? Because of the fact that he's her, like, you know, like, connection in a way. You know? Maybe he's still alive in there and he just wanted to see what's going on. I don't know. But, yeah, no. I'm like, oh, that sucks so much that we're never going to see that. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I always thought it was for Glitch Trap to possess. That would have been good if it was, yeah, like the... well, actually, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I like the idea of him just not moving even more. That's so... Damn.
That's not what we got in Security Breach.
Damn.
In Security Breach, we got a capsule opening and purple smoke flowing out and him climbing out and coming to get you.
Yep. It was 41 months. Thank you.
not quite the same thing. So, but anyway, it didn't turn out the way anybody wanted. But hey, whenever that happens, just like whenever
why? Okay,
I stepped in it a little bit.
I still don't know. Then why did it release? Like, I mean, I think that they were under pressure for Sony, personally. I think that they might have been under pressure for Sony because it was meant to be like the big PS5 thing. But I'm still confused as to why it released in that state then, if they knew that. The fans were whining. That's true too. That's true too. But honestly, like, knowing what I mean, like, the thing is, though, is that I would have been fine with it getting delayed because it was so good. Even without, even with all of its mistakes, it was still really good. It didn't save the franchise, but it put the franchise into even bigger of a spot, honestly. Decent chance that they were pressured from all sides. Yeah, I think they were just like, there was just a lot of pressure to release it, and they just kind of went, you know what, we've got a put together story. This is it. They would have had to basically remake the entire game. Yeah, pretty much. Fuck, man, that's so sad.
FNAF World, me and Steelwool got together.
I really hope that the next thing that Steelwool does is like fully thing.
That's all that matters. We all had the best intentions going on. We all wanted to make a good product, and we went in and we made Ruin for it, and I hope that redeemed the game.
It
and I feel
so
like it
redeemed the game. Really great. It so did, actually.
And
Ruin was so fucking good.
Going forward, that continues that story or has those same themes. I think we're just going to be in a much better situation.
Hold on, I'm gonna analyze this. Give me a second. Doing forward that continues the story or has the same themes. That continues that story. Okay, so I'm going to make a wild shot in the dark here. I think that the next... Well, I mean, okay, this isn't a really shot in the dark. This is kind of an easy guess to make. But I do think that what we're getting next from Steelwool, the Steelwool announcement, is going to be the next, like, Five Nights at Freddy's game, I think. But you know what I mean? Okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, no, wait, no. I mean, like, it's gonna be like the next, like, one of the main games. You know what I mean? Like, like, people are going, when they list out the games, right? People usually, you know how they usually put, like, Help Wanted and Help Wanted 2 into, like, a different spot, right? Because it's a different kind of game, right? Or it's, like, like, all of that jazz. I think that the next one is going to be, like, the next, like, PC, hopefully playable game. Fall Fest? I hope that it's Fall Fest. That would rock. I would love a return to like the PC like games again, because it's been a long time since Security Breach. And while I love the idea of having a DC for the VR game too, I really do just want a what's the word? Like a linear FNAF game again. That's what I mean. A linear story FNAF game. That's what I want. I want a linear FNAF game again. I like with both, multiple endings, whatever they want to do, but like I want that. So it continues the story, hopefully.
Themes.
Hopefully.
I think we're just going to be in a much better situation to continue on.
So the Ruin DLC came out a year ago now, which is crazy to think about.
A year ago?
So quickly, and the fan reaction to that was amazing. Everybody loved it.
I streamed that yesterday. What do you mean?
What's next? The ending of Ruin with a specific character that came out, a new character into the games, the Mimic. Any thoughts on the Mimic?
I cannot share any thoughts on the Mimic, other than I really like
you
that
can't
character.
Share any thoughts on the Mimic. It's coming back.
I really like it. I'm really excited.
It's coming back.
I think it's a really terrific antagonist, and I don't think it's the last that we've seen of the Mimic.
Of course not.
Yes. With
of course not.
A favorite character in the Steelwool era of games?
I mean, the Music Man is too obvious.
I love the Music Man.
I mean,
he's so silly.
I think all those characters turned out great. In fact, I think this is why it's hard to pick a favorite, because all of them turned out so well. I've always really liked Vanny as a character. I don't think that Vanny was.
That makes sense as to why he wrote her into the movie. It makes sense as to why he wrote her in the movie. Honestly, like I think he really likes the character. Because to have he loves that character. I can just tell. Like I have again, I worry that when I like compare shit that I'm doing to like this, I'm like it's obviously not the same thing, and I want to make that very clear. But like I do very much have characters that I like a lot more than others. So I can definitely see his bias, because I have the bias within the same ones too, you know? Like, I think my favorites right now, based on what I've written, are the unnamed character that you guys haven't met yet. Z, J, fucking the Founder's always a fun one too. Yeah, but I think one of my favorite ones is one that you just haven't seen yet. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for this next stuff to come out. I'm very excited for this next stuff to come out. But yeah, no, I can very much tell. It's very fun when you can tell that just like someone has a, you know, very thing. Oh, where's my boy Axe, dude? Oh my god, I really like what I like my series. It's fun.
Utilized to her fullest potential, and so hopefully we'll see another opportunity for Vanny to return as well. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he's
Moving
definitely gonna
on
return. Are you
to
kidding me?
The books. So the books have been amazing.
The books.
I've been doing little summary.
Wait, hold on.
video.
I need another. Hold on. I need another. Hold on. I need another. I need another. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're good. Hold on. I need. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. There you go. I needed a neutral one. I needed a neutral reaction image. I don't really know how I feel about the books actually. All right, cool. Okay, cool. All right, give me a second. I needed a neutral reaction image.
Videos on the channel with Fazbear Frights. That was awesome. How has it been working on Fazbear Frights?
It's actually really enjoyable. It's probably
I actually haven't read any of the books.
That I
probably need
because, I just get to think up a really scary scenario, and then I create maybe a 10 to 15 page story out of it, and then I have writers that I work with, obviously, and they take that and they really flesh it out and fill it out and add the details and turn it into a full length story, and I get to kind of.
I need to make a DM. Hold on, I need a. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I said
just really see it come to life. Yeah, so it's been really enjoyable, and that's something that I really enjoy. It's funny because it's one of those things where as long as I know that's
no, I'm kidding. I've had ideas for books for ages.
I might be at the gym or I might be watching the show, and then suddenly something will come to mind.
We're gonna get buff Freddy Fazbear. We're gonna get to Freddy Fazbear getting absolutely jacked.
Like, oh man, this is gonna make a great story, and I get right home and I start working.
What made him think of Fazgoo? What made him think of Fazgoo?
Do you have a favorite story out of all of them?
I think my favorite story it's probably Bunny Call. I know that's kind of an oddball choice, but there's a reason for it. It's because some of these stories are based on my real life experiences. Bunny.
So what about the one where Springtrap came out of that guy? What experience was that? What? No, he's probably watching Alien or some shit.
Bunny Call is not completely made up. I used to take my family
he had a parasite.
to a family summer camp. Okay, this is one of my two. This is my two oldest boys were maybe 11 and 12 at the time. Or no. I bet they were 13 or 14. It's hard to remember exactly when this was. But then I had younger two that were just babies still. And whenever we showed up at camp, and we were all in the auditorium signing up for activities, it was rafting and boating. One of the things you could sign up for was a panda call, okay? And a panda call it's a very deceiving title, because what that meant is that early in the morning, a bunch of the camp counselors dressed as killer clowns would come into your cabin and scare the crap out of
That's the funniest fucking thing, actually.
To their daily activities. And so I signed up my two.
That's
my two
hilarious.
oldest,
That's
Ian
so
and Braden,
funny.
my old beta testers from whenever they, through all their lives testing my games. I signed.
Oh,
them
that's
up for
so
it.
sweet.
And
Actually, what the fuck?
Kind of fun.
Wait, he has his
kind of
he
fun.
has his kids test his games for him. That's so sweet. Actually, that is very sweet. That is actually super sweet, dude.
Until the next morning started rolling around, I started thinking about what I'd done. Because then the next morning I woke up at 5 a.m. and I realized they're out there somewhere. Like this is happening right now. And I started listening for
scared
screams,
behind the
and I started
chair.
listening for noises, and I even snuck out and went outside. And it was dark, and there were crickets
He's
chirping, and I was
hiding
looking
behind the
around,
chair.
and I just thought to myself, somewhere out here in the dark, in these trees, are a bunch of clowns, and they're coming to my cabin. And it was a really
no wonder
scary
this guy has
situation.
made this series.
So
this guy's nuts.
And I looked at my family sleeping. I looked at my baby sleeping, and my kids and my wife, and I was like, "What have I done? Like, what have I done?"
What the fuck?
Of course, it ended up not.
This
Of course,
guy's
it ended up
insane.
not being a big deal, because then I just heard a soft knock at the door, and I opened it, and there was a row of killer clowns. I said, "Never mind, you guys," and they just walked on. And so
He went,
it
never
wasn't a big deal,
mind.
but it was still a really eerie feeling like I had signed
That's
up
so
for something
fucking
that I
funny.
regretted, and I couldn't undo it. And so I based a bunny call on that.
Oh,
that's
holy
awesome.
shit, that's
You said that
hilarious.
you've got relatable stories. Do you have a relatable story with Fazgoo?
Listen, anytime there's a series, whole bunch of different
Holy
things,
shit!
you're gonna have
Fats
some
Goo
that are
mention!
great, and then some there's like, well, like
I
what was
fucking
going on
called
with
it,
this?
holy shit!
I don't have to explain the facts. I'm sure I had something in mind that was really great, but they can't all be winners.
Fazgoo's a
Now, I
winner
will
in my
say- now, I
book,
will say
dude.
A couple of the other ones that
Holy
had
shit.
real life connections. Sometimes you hear about people talking
Oh
about
my
their
God, that's-
sleep paralysis demons or whatever. That's never
Oh my
really made
God.
sense to me, but now it kind of makes sense to me, and I don't know why it does. Yeah, every once in a while, a person you'll wake up, but you'll still be paralyzed.
I've never
in your
had that
sleep,
happen
and
to
for
me.
some reason, I guess in that moment you're still half dreaming.
I've never
so
had
you
that
have a
happen to me yet,
tendency to
actually.
still maybe see something before you fully wake
I
up.
think it's because of the fact that I'm kind of like, ow, thank you for the tier 1. I'm kind of like, in a weird way, like, obviously you don't want sleep paralysis, right? Because it's a very scary thing. But in the same way, I'm like, damn, will that be fucking cool to have happen? In the same way, I'm like, I feel like afterward I'd be able to come up with some good shit, It would suck. It would absolutely be terrible. I would not want it to happen. But, like, I feel like I could come up with some good stuff afterward. You know what I mean? No, but it's no. I've had people that have had what's the word, sleep paralysis. It does not sound fun. I think the most that I've had was when I had like a fever. When I had like a fever as a kid, and I remember like waking up and just seeing like I was in this like factory, right? Because I just watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I was in this factory, and I just remember like just sobbing my eyes out because I thought that he was coming for me. I thought that he was gonna kill me. So I remember like running to my parents' room and just being like, the Top Hats, they're coming to get me, and then the race car, and then the chocolate, he's gonna turn me into chocolate, and I just remember being absolutely fucking terrified. It was not fun at all. It was not fun at all. But yeah, I have talked about this before. I have done this story before, but I've had fever dreams a lot, but I don't think that's the same thing as sleep paralysis, because sleep paralysis does not sound fucking fun. Oh, does not sound fun.
And the Blackbird creature was mine. That creature on the cover of Blackbird is my sleep paralysis demon.
The creature on the cover of Blackbird. Hold on. Blackbird. Scott. Cawthon. Hold on. Let me see what it is. Let me see what it looks like. Oh, well, that fucking makes sense. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me show you guys this image. It's gonna be scary, just so you know. Just giving you a second. Okay, I'm gonna show it now. Yeah, that makes sense, dude. Holy. That makes sense. That's really cool.
because I was on vacation. I was by myself, and
Oh shit, there he is.
I don't know what the circumstances were. I feel like I was taking a midday nap, but I woke up with a jolt, and for a split second, I saw that thing standing over me.
Yeah,
I couldn't move, and my body was tingling, and I was just frozen up. And I was just so disoriented after that, but I never forgot that. And I knew immediately after that, it's like, I've got to get this into a story somewhere, like this crazy looking creature.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I've never had sleep paralysis, so I don't know what my creature would look like, but I hope it doesn't look like that.
I don't think it's a normal experience. I don't think it's an experience you should want to have. I don't feel like it's a healthy thing. So if that hasn't happened to you, I think you're in a good place.
Do you have a least favorite?
I'm in a good place. Hooray!
I think it probably might be the Fazgoo.
Fazgoo!
I mean, come on, it's got to be the one where the guy gets pregnant with Springtrap's baby. I'm not sure what I'm thinking about.
He talked about it. Holy shit! Holy shit! Pregnancy mention. He's talking about it. Oh my god. That's incredible. That's incredible. I do need a toggle. I need to connect it to my OBS. I need to bring back my toggles because I got a stream deck. Dude, I'm like, sorry, I'm in shock for a second. I don't know why. I'm just in shock. Dude, that's insane. He's talking about it, dude. He's talking about it, man. Oh my god. Finally. Hold on. Has there been any teaser post yet? Interesting. There hasn't been a teaser post yet, despite it being around the time that he usually posts a teaser. Okay, sorry, I just had to check. I just had to check the Scott Cawthon fucking FDAF Twitter.
Yeah, you know, again, that's one of those things where, oh man, this is gonna be really creepy. But then you step back and look at it from afar, and you're like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
That's so fair.
That wasn't a story designed with Matt Pat. It really wasn't. You know, listen, whenever you're doing these stories for this long, eventually you just run out of names.
Holy shit!
You're gonna cover all the names, you know.
Yeah.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
You know, and so if you see Doc,
I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
It's just because I ran out of names, you know.
I
don't believe him.
It's a very specific name that you''t have to get to.
I probably have.
Wasn't about Matt Pat, I swear.
So you don't have anything to worry about.
He's covering it up.
Summary videos, and I know a lot of people say the same. People who loved Goosebumps when they were kids.
That's fair.
It's really relatable, right? Yeah. And I know kids at school now read Fazbear Frights like they're Goosebumps books.
Oh, that's really sweet, actually. That is really sweet.
My favourite TV show was Goosebumps. Would you
that makes sense.
ever
he gives off the energy. He gives off the energy.
The idea
sure.
of Fazbear Frights ever being like a TV show like Goosebumps?
I would kill something to have that happen. I would sacrifice something to have that happen. You have no idea. Dude, a fucking like low budget TV show for Fazbear Frights, dude. Like a Twilight Zone-esque thing. I would kill something. I would like murder something to have that happen.
Stories or something,
oh my god! Adapted. Please.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's something that can definitely happen. Especially now that the first movie came out and was successful. I think that really opens the door to lots of other potential opportunities. The only thing to be mindful of is I don't want to oversaturate the market and just create too.
You have created like 100 books, dude. It's saturated. It's like fucking, you know, tres leches. It is saturated, dude. Holy shit. It is fully saturated, dude. Come on. Give us more. Just give us more, man.
Too much, and I think that sometimes we get a little bit of that where franchises have movies and too many TV shows, and it just kind of waters everything down. But
that's fair.
But I really do like.
But come on, TV show, movie, that's not a lot. You're good.
So the next segment,
please,
FNAF movie. I've got some questions for you, Scott. First off, I absolutely loved the movie, as you know, and I know a lot of people did as well. The fans absolutely loved it. and it did really well at the box office as well. Super successful.
Woo!
Congratulations to you.
Holy, that made a lot of money.
Universal. So yeah,
and it's only gonna make more money. It's only gonna make more money. That's the thing. That's the scary thing about this, is that this franchise is only growing. It's only gonna make more money. It's only gonna make more money. That's the thing. Like, it's not gonna make less money. They have got a cash cow with this thing. Like, there is no way that this doesn't make more money. Like, like that's the thing. That's the thing. Is that I truly believe that security. I saw this tweet thread where they're talking about how like Security Breach saved the franchise, and like not really saved in a way, but more so like put it into even more of a new thing. And it's just like, I totally agree. It revitalized everything like never before seen. Like with the characters that it had, with like everything else, you know, like it absolutely like, oh my god. Oh, it's yeah, no, it's gonna make so much. It's gonna make so much fucking money, dude. And it's the dream, honestly. It's the dream to have, you know, something you create just make so much to the point where you can, you know, make things like the Fanverse initiative, where you can, like, you know, just make other people's projects a reality too. You know, that's the goal, honestly. That is the goal. Like the only reason why I would ever want to like try to optimize generation loss to be like a money making thing would genuinely be so that I could then make something that would support like other products, make a generation loss like production company in a way. That is the only reason why I would ever want to like be like, yeah, you know what, we'll make all this stuff, we'll make a lot of things, you know, we'll pump all this stuff out, you know, just so that straight up more people can make what they want to make because of it at the end of the day. Because I think that's really cool. Ow! Thank you for the 100 bits.
First question.
Oh, the production company is definitely a thing, yes, but more so the support with like other people's projects that are like, you know, based on or loosely based on like generation loss or something. Then yeah.
Is how is working?
Like I would, sorry, one more thing and then I'll go. But I would absolutely love to be able to be like, hey, I can make a set, like I can give you this set of rules that you can't share. You know, your whatever you make has to abide by these set of rules, and it can be technically seen as something within the universe. You know, like I would love to make something like that. I would absolutely adore to make something like that, where I make a rule book, you have to follow it, and as long as you do, I can like produce. I will like help produce your thing. I would love to do that one day. I don't have the money for it right now. I really wish that I did. But like, that's what I decided. That is something that I would love to make. It's just like, hey, you gotta follow these rules. You can't have this. You can't have this. You can't have this, you know, like you have to do all this stuff. You know, like, but just go wild. You know, it's gonna be a very loose amount of rules. Like, that's the thing. But yeah.
On the first FNAF movie,
I love this.
after waiting for so long, after announcing it back in 2015.
Stop saying I should have invested into crypto.
2015 about it. I still remember that email. But yeah, how was it?
It took a really long time to get off the ground, really just because of the screenplay. But after the screenplay was really locked in, from there, all the wheels started turning, you know, all the engines fired, and it took off. And it was a really fun experience from there. And really the screenplay just had a lot of challenges because of what it was. And it's really, you know, throughout all of those years, I worked with a lot of different directors, a lot of different writers, a lot of really talented people that eventually
weren't talented enough.
The project.
No,
still really talented people.
Not talented enough.
It was really just a matter of there's just material that's difficult to translate to the screen. And one of the biggest issues is
so
the animatronics, obviously being the monsters in the monster movie. If I were to approach any writer of a horror movie or any director and say, okay, here are your monsters, go make a monster movie with them.
I'm agreeing with this. I'm
agreeing
agreeing with this, actually.
Make your generic slasher.
I'm agreeing with this. I'm agreeing with this. I'm agreeing with this.
Freddy, Bonnie, Cheek, and Foxy doing the slashing.
I'm agreeing with this so hard, actually.
The nuance here is that these animatronics are possessed by the spirit of kids. And these are innocent kids. These are victims themselves. So it's very, very difficult to still have still have those kills that you need but still preserve.
I remember there were so many people that were just like, oh, I wish that the animatronics were scarier and everything. I'm just like, dude. Oh, I remember that fucking fort building scene. So many people dogged on that. Dude,
preserve the innocence of those kids. And it's a really difficult thing to do, and there were several screenplays that did not hit that mark. And I think I was more
oh my
cautious
god,
about
this is
that
fantastic.
and
This is
more
great.
picky
This is
about
great.
that than anything else.
I'm getting it.
If
This
kind
guy
of the
gets it.
innocence of those spirits was not
This guy fucking
preserved
gets it.
properly, I wasn't gonna go forward with it. And so,
And I bet
quick
so many. That makes so much sense, though. It is probably so difficult to find a production company and go, hey, these are all the big, monsters of it, but they aren't going to be the ones that are doing a lot of the scary things. That's probably why it fell out with Warner Brothers, because you saw what they made afterward. You saw the fucking whatever banana split shit they made, and they just wanted them to be the monsters. Like, that's the thing. Like, so many production companies probably went and saw, like, oh, well, if they're not the big scaries of this, then this just doesn't make sense. This isn't going to test well. That's exactly what they said. That's probably exactly what they fucking said, dude. They probably did just like go like, oh, we aren't gonna do this if it's not, big scary, killing jump scare like the games. Oh, that actually makes so much sense. That's why it took that long then.
example is the way that we were able to have a couple of kills in the movie was obviously the vandals. You have a group of people who are breaking in, they're disrespecting the place, they're trashing the place, they're there with bad intentions.
Exactly.
And then you combine that with the fact that these animatronics are, the spirits in them are these kids that are basically very confused and lost, animals backed into a corner, and kind of left with this impression that adults are out to get them.
I feel so fucking liberated right now. Holy shit.
And so it allows you to have that kill count while still being like, well, I can kind of see how that might happen.
That's so true.
It was a tricky thing to do, but I think we were able to accomplish that.
Manipulated by William Afton still as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. The drawing on the wall was also kind of this layer, this blanket of manipulation over them all. So all those things combined, you could see how these actions.
It makes sense.
Could happen while it not necessarily being the fault of the kids.
With the fort scene as well.
Nice.
The fort
they're talking about the fort scene. Holy shit.
Were a bit confused.
Holy shit. Fort scene mentioned.
Why are they building a fort?
Wait, fort. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You guys seeing this shit? Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Wait. Guys. Hold on. Enhance. Hold on. I gotta zoom in. I gotta zoom in. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta zoom in. Hold on. Fort. Wait a second. Shit, wait. You guys see that? You guys see that? Do you guys see that? Wait, shit. Holy shit. It's happening. Bravo! Oh man, all right. Sorry. That doesn't happen tomorrow. I'm ending it all. All right, let's do this thing. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's go.
Straight away, you just want to show the audience that they're just kids, right? Were you happy with the first movie and how it came out?
Yes, I am very happy. I mean, look,
it's a good movie.
Anybody, I think pretty much anybody who's been through a process like this would be able to look back. And I do this with my games too. You look back and you're like, well, I wish I tweaked this. Oh, maybe this could have been like this, or maybe this could have been like that. But you have to just really take a step back and look at it as a whole. And
that's so fucking true.
And where it came from.
I feel
all
that.
The things that could have gone wrong, and all the things that went right, and just be really grateful that so many things just fell into place. And I can give you a really quick example of why I don't want to second guess too much. At the 11th hour of this movie coming together, we still really didn't have a music composer.
Really?
And I really wanted an animated intro. I was really pushing to have that 8-bit animated intro. Yeah. But we didn't have anybody, and really not really anybody to have an idea of what kind of music we were looking for.
You shout out Nathan Hanover.
Brothers come in and they write off that banger of a track. like absolute insane. Like
Banger.
I listened to that the first time and I was like, wait a minute, do I have a theme song? Does Five Nights at Freddy's have a theme song? And I called Emma Tammy on the phone. I was like, wait, do we have a theme song now? Like, I can't tell you how excited I was over that. And
yeah, it kind of is.
You're gonna hear that again at the beginning of the second movie too. I mean, like that was just so incredible. The new
yes!
knocked that out of the park.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to be another animated intro, hopefully in the second. Oh, that's gonna be so good.
I don't think I'm gonna dwell too much on what I would go back and try to do differently.
As we know, the movie was a major hit in 2023.
20
Super
million?
successful.
Shit.
The biggest horror movie of 2023 as well.
Made 10 times its budget.
Seeing that happen.
Holy.
It's nice. That part is
it's nice.
It's more important to me that
it's nice. The
critics had loved it, but the fan base was grumbling and saying, "Wait, this isn't how it is in the lore. Wait, this
it's nice to have the number one horror film, I guess.
I don't like how they did this, and this." And the fan base was unhappy. That would be a failure to me. I'm perfectly happy with all the critics hating it and the fan base reacting positively to it.
Oh, that's
so
yes,
based,
it is
actually.
Nice
that the movie
that's
was successful.
so based.
However, that is not the correct metric by which to judge the success of this movie. And in fact, opening night, which was Thursday night, where I am, I went to the very first showing, and the theater was pretty much empty. There were only a couple other people in there, but it was a 1 o'clock showing. So, but still, I saw that as kind of a bad sign.
Dude,
I just watched it anyway.
My theater was fucking packed every single time,
which was just later in the evening, and I told myself I wasn't going to go online. I wasn't going to read any reviews.
That's so fair.
I had already told everybody at Blumhouse, and I told my legal team, don't talk to me, don't call me, don't email me, don't send me charts, don't send me facts or figures. I don't want to hear anything about anything.
Talk to me.
I'm going through this whole
don't
weekend
come by my house
blind. I just want to experience what everybody else is experiencing. Well, before I went into that second showing, I was just by myself. And then later that evening, my whole family was coming into town, by the way. My whole family was going to come into town and watch the movie with me that night.
He saw it 3 times. That's so me, dude.
And I accidentally saw one of the reviews. And I saw that it was terrible. And that opened the floodgates, and I went and started reading all of the other reviews. I immediately texted my family saying, don't come. Don't come. This is over. I want to be by myself. And I was already thinking in my head, like, how am I going to write a letter to Blumhouse apologizing for this? How am I going to write a letter to the fans apologizing for this? Just wasting everybody's time. And I was just incredibly depressed.
Damn.
But somehow
he got a tweet notification from Jacksepticeye and went, "Oh, it's all over."
I don't know who I asked the question about what I said, but he started just bombarding me with text messages saying, "Scott, the fans love it. The fans love it. The movie's a big hit. Everything's great." He was just, in all caps, everything all caps. My phone was just blowing with all caps texts. And so he really talked me through that to try to encourage me
good.
That even though the critics hated it, there was a lot. There was a lot to be loved there by the fans.
He checked the indirects.
I had my family coming to town anyway, and we just sat in a packed.
No, because to be fair, that I think is my biggest fear if I ever do release something that like can be like reviewed by people that are like professionals. Is that shit is gonna hit so much harder than anything else. Like in both directions. That is going to hit so much harder than anything else. Like, yeah. Like that's the thing. Like that shit. Ooh.
Theater and listen to the
professionals is a loose term for most critics. That's so true, actually.
For a couple of hours there, man, I was pretty distraught. I thought the whole thing was just a complete disaster.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. It all worked out okay. It all worked out okay.
Yeah.
And again, the movie's not perfect. There's definitely room to improve. But yeah, I'm definitely happy that it was in general received well by the fan base.
The second movie, which is, it's announced that it's going to be coming out in 2025. Is it December 2025?
Yeah, December 5th, 2025, I think.
Is there anything exciting to talk about on the second movie? Anything you want to say?
I'm not going to give away too many details, but I will say that I'm following kind of the same formula where the first movie is focused on the first game. So I'm going to try to carry on that tradition onward with future movies. And I think that is...
The third movie's going to be fucking awesome.
And I think everybody's going to be really,
the third movie's going to be so cool.
The first one was really challenging.
And the fourth movie's going to be confusing as hell, but it's going to be great.
All of this. But now that we have that launch pad, where to go
The
from
third
there
movie's gonna
came
be
a
so
lot
fucking cool,
just
actually.
more natural.
Oh.
It felt a lot more natural, and we were able to really craft just a really great story, I think.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, actually. What if the protagonist is different in the second one? What if it's not gonna be Michael or Mike? What if it just the main character of the second one is someone else? Like that's the way that the games went. It wasn't the same person. I don't know how they like the thing is though is that they like the studio. I don't know if the studio would allow them to do that, you know, because like it would be like a Halloween 2 kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's just a completely different story and everyone was like, wait, what the fuck? But like, I feel like they could definitely do something where it follows a different protagonist, but then he's still there somehow. I don't know. I would, you know what? I would really fuck with that though. I would absolutely fuck with that. I don't know.
And I'm really excited about it. And I won't say anything more, but I'm really hopeful that everyone's gonna really love what's gonna come out December 2025.
Give it 13 months. Thank you.
Yeah, so exciting. And is Emma back and everything?
Oh yes, yeah,
well?
Emma's
oh,
gonna
good.
be back.
It's
she
fine
did
then.
Such a great job on that first one, you know.
Yeah,
if everyone
really good,
is still if it's the same team, then we're
We're going to
good.
be talking about Into the Pit.
Oh, I'm so
the
excited
new
for this game.
I'm
so excited for this game,
we just
actually.
Got the trailer, another trailer.
Holy.
like last week. And it looks amazing.
It looks so good.
How has it been working on the game?
Oh, I'm gonna vomit. It looks so good.
It's definitely been a unique experience. You know, I first started talking to Meg. I mean, it's been years and years since that game has been in development. And originally, it was just supposed to be a little novelty one-off. Like, oh yeah, here's this little company that makes 16-bit cartridges, and that was immediately appealing to me because I'm all about the Super Nintendo. And
oh, that's
so if I could make something that would come on the Super Nintendo cartridge, you know, sign me up. That was the most exciting thing.
I would love that actually. You can't play it unless you have a Super Nintendo.
Novelty, but
that would be really
as
funny.
The development went on, everybody was looking at it thinking this looks pretty good. This actually looks really good. And so they just kept on going with it. They
SNES only game. Yeah, exactly.
They could have stopped with just a little simple novelty game.
Oh, that's so. I'm so excited for it. Then
and I kept looking, thinking,
oh, this is gonna be peak.
And they kept going, and I would keep looking.
Guys, we will be playing this all the way through on release day. By the way, I just want to make that very clear. We absolutely will be playing this all the way through on release day, like 100%. Which is I think on the 8th. We will be playing it through live. Yeah, 100%.
At it just turned into this big full-fledged full-sized game.
Hooray!
So we obviously decided to venture away from strictly the cartridges, so that everybody can be able to play it on Steam and everything. But it's really unique. It's just a really, really unique game, and I do love that it really gets into
it's gonna be so
really
good,
gritty these kind of gritty graphics that I haven't seen since, well, I guess since the late 90s, whenever you had those point and click type adventures and you had that real kind of that pixelated art style that can be really creepy at times.
I'm so excited.
I don't know. It's going to be a really unique experience, and I think that everyone's going to really be excited about it.
I'm so excited.
I really do.
Awesome. I can't wait to play it. How has it been working with Mega Cat Studios then?
Oh, it's been great.
It's
been really great.
Mega Cats
I really haven't had
seems
to
very
give them,
nice.
I mean, I have had to give them direction, but for the most part, it's been weird. They'll go into they would go into the hole for 6, 7, 8 months at a time, and I wouldn't hear anything from them, to the point where I thought, is this okay? And I would even, you know, I talk to the other people that I work with, like,
cats?
Is this game okay? Is this going to be okay? Are they okay? Do I need to check on this?
They're all fucking dead.
But then I would get an update, and it would just be all this crazy new stuff and all this crazy detail, this fluid animation. It's just crazy stuff. And then they'd go back into the hole again for 5, 6, 7 months, and then we just repeat.
You know what?
cycle.
That's actually I would love that. I would love that.
At the end of that road, and I think it's just turned out really great. Like I said, really unique. And I think everybody's gonna really like it.
The reaction to the trailer has been amazing.
I just took the sticker off of my water bottle. I don't know why.
People love it. The
And you
story
throw it
of
away now.
It as well.
Back into the
It's
enclosure.
probably my favourite Fazbear Fright story. So with all the positive feedback about it, what do you see for the future of FNAF spin-offs made by other studios in the future?
Oh, it's definitely a
More!
possibility. In
More!
fact, I'd really like them to start working on Fetch. I think Fetch
Oh,
would
shit.
make a really good game after this. You know, some stories obviously cater
Ooh,
more
okay.
toward being a good game than others, but there's
Fetch?
something really scary about the thought of something always being out there and kind of watching your house, and then and then trying to come in and do things for you. Like, this is kind of a scary thought. The thought that I might be online shopping looking for a specific thing, and somehow something out there is hearing that and receiving that, and then gonna come to me, sneak inside and put it somewhere without me knowing that it was there. It's just a creepy scenario.
That's fair.
It's a
That's
creepy
fair.
setup. And I think it'd be a really cool game to have to stop this thing, because obviously Fetch was out doing a lot of menacing things, to have to sneak around a neighborhood and stop this thing.
I
that's
like
sneaking
Fetch.
around
That's
so
fun.
undetected. I don't know. I think it'd be a really cool game. So hopefully that'll be the next project.
Oh, that'll
We'll
be
see.
so
As
good.
the franchise has grown
That'll be
bigger,
so good.
what challenges have you faced with running a franchise of this size? Is there anything you could think you could be doing better?
I think something I should have maybe been doing better is I should have had a better structure in place as far as people to talk to the fan base. You know, I've always kept that on myself all during the years.
That's fair.
And,
That's
and in
fair.
the early years, I think that worked
Holy.
great, because it was a
Whew.
little indie game, a little indie community, and then me, the indie dev, just chatting with the community and talking. But as the years go by and the franchise gets bigger and bigger,
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I feel like I've slowly kind of lost touch with the fan base. Unfortunately, it's not that same. It's not
Honestly though, that's a good thing. I'm gonna be so real. That's a good thing, because it's like if you can get to, like, and again, speaking from fucking me, all right. If you get to in tune with your fan base in a way, it's hard to then make something that's going to surprise them from a creative standpoint. As well as, it's also just stressful. It's stressful as hell, because not everyone's going to like everything that you make. And if you're in tune with the community and you're seeing all this shit, then all it's going to do is just really just put a lot of pressure on you and put a lot of worry and anxiety on you, being like, oh shit, well, I got to fix this somehow. I got to, release something now. I got to, figure out the next chapter of this book, and I got to change everything. Otherwise, oh, it's all fucked. It's all fucked. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes, especially as well with just creatively, people do not trust the process when it comes to a fan base. And you have to make sure to remember to trust your own process, especially too. You have to make sure to especially trust your own process with this, because it's there's so many people that can say so many things, and it's good to keep a general vibe of the community and everything. But when you go into the specifics, when you go into the reading and everything, then it just gets unhealthy. It just gets, it gets toxic. It gets anxiety inducing, and it's you start to create things that will, instead of, it's because it's good to cater to a fan base, right? It's good to have good, fan content and everything, but it's also you got to make things that are going to surprise them from time to time. You got to make your own decisions that aren't, based on anything else what you have in your mind, because that's what they liked in the first place, and that's been the biggest thing that I've had to realize, especially within these past few years, is it's just having that distance in a way, having that thing of just being I am someone that creates content for a community, and that community has no say in what content that I create, and if they don't like it, they don't like it. I'm going to move on to the next thing. And that's something that took me a long time to realize. That took me a long time to realize, because for the longest time, I put so much just both the community held me up, as well as I held up the community to this pedestal in a way. You know what I mean? Where it's just you're trying to make things that are, pleasing the fan base, as well as I want to, make sure that, you guys are, having a good time and everything. And it's good to take care of your fan base and to cultivate it and everything. But there can be a point where it's just you just have to keep a distance, keep it to a general vibe, rather than a specific thing of knowing what people are saying, especially too, you know, like all that shit, because it's just like, it's just not healthy at the end of the day. It's just not healthy, and all it's going to do is give the fan base more control than it should have, especially too. You know? Because a fan base should not have any say in what a creator makes, in what a creator, you know, like does and everything at all. You know? Like, that's the thing. And that's again been another big realization thing where it's just like, stop saying more Garfield pinball. But it's like, I don't know. There's a lot where, what was I just talking about? The Garfield pinball thing fucking derailed me. The Garfield pinball thing completely derailed me. What was I talking about? Like right before the Garfield pinball. What was I saying? Fans couldn't have control. Oh yeah, exactly. The fans shouldn't have control over the story. They shouldn't have control over what you make, because they're fans. They enjoy what one makes instead of the other way around. You know? And when it gets to that point where it's just like a creator is up and they're just like, you know, stressing out over, you know, making something that's specifically going to please as many people in the fan base as possible, then you're not going to be making what you really enjoy. You're not going to be making what you really enjoy creating, and you're not going to be doing what you really enjoy doing. And if, you know, like, the thing is that the biggest thing to realize as well is just like, you know, not everyone's going to always like what you make. You can't please, yeah, exactly. You can't please everyone. And that's what kind of being in tune with the community does, is it makes you feel like you have to please everyone and you have to do right by everyone as well. Because there can be someone that has an opinion, right? And you're just like, oh shit, people agree with this. I've got to change. I've got to figure out all this stuff, you know? And it gets to the point where you're just like, and then, you know, literally the next day people can go, you know, oh, actually that person was stupid, you know? And then it turns out that you didn't actually, you know, that everything was okay. And it gets to the point, honestly, and it can get really unhealthy to the point where you start losing yourself, even. You know what I mean? You start losing straight up yourself, because what you have turned into is just this vision that this fan base has put on you instead of yourself. You know, because everyone has even if you don't think so, even if someone doesn't think that they do, every single person that, like, you know, enjoys a creator, that watches a creator and everything, has a version of them in their mind, right? That they believe them to be, right? And it can be, you know, it becomes scary for them if that ever changes, if that ever shifts. You know what I mean? And if especially you're in tune with a fan base, and if you are in tune with what, you know, the people that enjoy what you create, then you just start to lose yourself, because it's like you start changing so many tiny aspects of yourself to fit what all these people are saying about you. And then at the end of the day, you look at yourself and you realize, I've changed like everything from what I was. You know what I mean? Fans tend to dehumanize creators too. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, dude, like, we're all humans trying to do stuff, trying to make silly stuff, trying to make a difference with what we got, you know? And I feel like a lot of creators are especially viewed as just like these utmost, like, highest pedestal beings in a way. Because I know that I was viewed like that, probably still am by some people, you know, because of that. You know? And it's just like it gets to the point where people are like, where they say that, oh, people can make mistakes, you know, people can do all that and everything. But then it's like, as soon as a mistake is made, that just all goes out the window sometimes. You know? And instead, then the fan base kind of self-sabotages in a way. It's a very interesting thing to watch sometimes, where the fan base will self-sabotage by instantly going and, like, you know, like turning out these statements and these things and posting all these things that only that people from, you know, outside the fan base see, and all they see is, oh, the one sentence. You know, they see the one sentence, and then that's their only opinion of that creator. They have created their image of that creator in their mind. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, though, is that I don't believe that anyone has, like, you know, bad intentions when it comes to that. But a lot of people don't realize the effects. A lot of people don't realize the effects of, like, how, especially, like, how quickly people come to, like, go, aha, you know, as some sort of, like, either, like, self-fulfillment thing, because people want to help. That's the thing, is that it doesn't even come from a bad place a lot of the time. It comes from a place of hopefully wanting to help with a lot of people. In some people, it might come from a worse place of just straight up wanting the interaction, wanting the notice and everything, you know? Like, that's the thing. I will never forget sometimes back in, like, you know, 2021, 2022 or something, where someone, you know, like, you know, informed me about this thing. And I was just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll make sure, you know, keep that in mind and everything. And then their first thing that they said after that was, oh my God, I got noticed. Or like, oh, I got a response. And it's just like, a lot of people have really weird intentions with it. A lot of people have really, really weird intentions when it comes to, like, all that. Because it's like, did you actually care? Or did you just want me to see that so that you feel like you made this change within me? Do you want to feel like you caused this? Or do you actually care about what you're talking about? And for a lot of people, it is not that case. It is not that case. And then all it does is it just sabotages that creator, especially too. Because a lot of people see these sentences that are being made, see these assumptions that are being made, see all of these, you know, like, thoughts and everything, and they immediately think, oh, this person's a bad person that I can't support. I'm going to, you know, like, stop supporting them, start watching them, or not watch them in the first place, and then continue to spread that, despite, you know, it might not even be from like the good place and everything. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot where it's just like, did you make this to help? Or did you make this because of the fact that you knew that it would get attention? Because I know that I for a bit have definitely spent a lot of time, because there's that thing that you always, that like, you know, that I've always said, which still is true. I want to make this very clear. This still is true. Is that if I mess up, or if I have a place that I can do better, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do the most good with what I have, right? But a lot of people have seen that, and they've taken that and they've twisted it into, I need to look. I need to specifically look for anything that I can improve. And it's so toxic to have all of these people focus on one person, trying to make them basically the perfect person. That's what you're trying to create. You're trying to create the perfect creator and everything, because of the fact, and the thing is that, again, it might not even come from a bad place. It might come from the place of, like, you've watched creators and you've seen, you know, a lot of things that have happened with them, and you've gotten disappointed and you want to avoid that same disappointment. I get that. That completely makes sense. But the thing is that there's a big difference with a lot of these things. And you have to make sure that you're doing it for the right reason. You know? And you can't judge someone's entire character based on, like, you know, a certain few things. Because at the end of the day, again, you do not know a lot of creators. You will not know a lot of these creators. But what you can assume about them, what you should assume about them, is that they probably won't be perfect. You know, they probably will make mistakes. Obviously, I want to make it very fucking clear, there's a lot of really bad mistakes, all right, that absolutely do deserve, you know, that like negative attention, that feedback and everything. And there's a lot of mistakes that definitely can be made. But the thing is that if the reason that you are looking or that you are upset by something or that you make a post specifically to target this one thing that a creator has done, if the reason for that is anything but like, hey, I potentially, you know, like want this, like, you know, this creator to like improve or something, or I potentially want to, you know, like talk about this, talk to the community about this and everything, right? If it's anything but that, then you really have to take a deep dive into yourself and think about that. You know? Because there have been a lot of times, and I really do appreciate it, where I will say or do something, and someone will, you know, find, like, make a small post about something, you know, and then, you know, somehow I see it. And the thing is, again, I do not want you guys to assume that I'm going to see absolutely anything that gets posted. And that was a really big thing too. In the past, I did used to like scroll through and like try to like, you know, look for everything. Because, you know, again, I wanted to be, you know, good. I was, you know, fucking, you know, 17, 18, like, you know, basically like really, still really young, wanting, you know, still really new to this as well, wanting to be the best, you know, creator that I could possibly be. But a lot of people took that and they went, if I make this post, if I do this, it will be seen. And they assumed that. And so it went to because then it gets to the point of, if you assume that something is going to be seen and then something doesn't happen from it, people assume that it's the same as standing against what you say, especially too. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, is that there have been plenty of times where I have, you know, seen something, right, and not even responded to it, but still made the change. That's the thing. Like, there have been so many times as a content creator, I have seen something, I have taken it, and I've gone, oh, okay, and but I didn't say anything about it. But then people see the silence, people see the nothing, and they just immediately assume that you're on the other side of it because of the fact that you're not saying anything about it. You're not replying to the person about it. And that's the thing. That's something that I do want to make very clear, is that I don't always see everything. I don't think it's healthy for any creators to see anything, to see everything. Because all it does is just makes the creator feel like if they don't, you know, say or do and everything. Because the thing is, right, is that, like, there's a difference between going, hey, I personally do want you to, you know, make this change and do this thing, right? So you make that post and all that, right? There's a difference between doing that and then, you know, if nothing changes, you can get the feeling of like disappointment and everything. Because again, you want to do good. You do want to do good. But the thing is that because of that, a lot is assumed where, like, it is assumed that the creator isn't doing good. Like, the creator immediately isn't doing good because of that, because of the fact that they don't reply or see or like do everything. And it got to the point for me where I was literally so anxious all the time. It still lingers with me because of the fact that I was like, okay, one day there's going to be another thing that I have to, you know, respond to and everything. There's going to be another thing where I have to, you know, like do this and everything. So I have to make sure about this, because if I don't respond to this, then people will assume, like, you know, this of me and everything, and all I did was really just contribute to the problem. All I did was contribute to the problem because I gave that attention. I didn't go, hey, I'd actually prefer it to be like this. I gave it that attention in a way, which then a lot of other people saw and went, oh, if I do this, then, you know, there's all that. It's just a lot. But at the end of the day, like, really, a fan base doesn't and should not and never will have any control. That's not to say that you can't still, you know, try to be like, hey, there's this thing, you know, can you like support this and everything? Like, I think that you should do this, I think that you should do that. Like, you can obviously voice your opinion and everything, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that if nothing is said about it, if nothing is directly, replied to and everything, that those changes still aren't being made. Educate but don't expect. Yeah, exactly. Because again, like all it does is that when there's that anger, when there's that really big, like swelling of a bunch of people, like absolutely dogging and absolutely just like rattling on this one thing, right? I'll look at the movie teaser in a second. Well, I'll finish this. All it does is, again, it just also just genuinely sabotages the creator. I'm going to be so real. It does sabotage the creator. Even if you have the best intentions, even if all that, your wording and the pressure and the way that you give out the information can absolutely sabotage a creator's career over something that definitely could have been handled in a much different way. And there's also, again, there's a lot of things as well of do not assume the worst. That's another big thing, is that because of the fact that, again, especially when, like, hey, there's a lot that I probably will mess up on. There's a lot that I probably will make mistakes for. Please let me know about this. A lot of people saw that and immediately assumed, okay, every single mistake, every single thing I'm going to look at with a microscopic lens, and I'm going to immediately assume the worst. Immediately. And that's just what happens. And that's what happened in the fan base for a really, really long time. That's what's been happening. And it's really sad to see, because it's like, sorry, that's so fucking funny. It gets to the point where it's like, if you really do care about the creator and everything, right? If you really do care about their content, and if you claim to care, about them as like a person or whatever too, then why are you making these posts that all they do are just joke about what's going on, or just give an unnecessary rudeness to what's going on? Because that isn't doing anything. All that's doing is making people go, oh, and then the people that like laugh about it, and the people that joke about it and everything, it's just like, do you really care about what you're like, upset about then? In a way. Because obviously, joking is a thing that people use to like cope and everything, all that jazz. A lot of people, use it in different ways. But it gets to the point where it's like, are you really watching this creator's content to enjoy them? Or are you just watching them to wait for them to mess up so that you can immediately make your posts about it and immediately make your statements about it? Because that's how I felt for the longest time, honestly. I'm going to be so real. There was a really long time where I saw a lot and I was just so confused, because I was like, if you don't like me this much to be, like saying like all of these things about the mistakes that I make and what I do or don't do, then why on earth are you still watching me? Like, why are you still even consuming what I make? If you're just waiting for me to instantly mess up and instantly go, oh, well, here it is. Here's my hit tweet. Because at the end of the day, like, obviously have caution with creators. Not everyone is a good person. But that doesn't immediately mean that you should also assume that they're just a terrible person as well. I don't know, because it's like, if you're watching just to like wait for me to, mess up so you can, make whatever joke you want to make about it, then just don't watch me. That's the thing. You know? Just don't. Like, I'm chill with that. You know? Because all you're going to do is just be upset. That's the thing. All you're going to do is just be upset because I'm going to make a mistake inevitably. You know? There have been mistakes that I've made where I've learned from them, and I've been able to learn from them because of the way that I learned about it. You know, there's been things that I've learned just by, you know, like looking around in other places on the internet and then going, oh, I actually do this thing. I'm going to change that because guess what? People, we're all fucking people. Exactly. Like we're all people, and it's just like obviously there's going to be these mistakes, and the only way to learn from mistakes is to make them. How someone acts after they've been confronted with their mistake is what you should judge them on. You know, that's the thing, is that if someone doesn't have the absolute worst of intention, right? Because there's a lot of things that I still have to learn, you know, based on my upbringing, based on, you know, what I've experienced in life. There's a lot of things that I still have to unlearn and I still have to understand. Right? And I'm willing to. But that doesn't necessarily mean that absolutely every single thing that I do, that I make a mistake and everything, should be treated as if it is this absolutely terrible thing that you should feel bad for still, like, you know, continue to watch me or something, right? Like there's so much, I don't know. There's so much about the last like few years and everything that I would love to talk about and all that, but it's just like it's just so difficult to, because there's also, again, the part of me that's still really scared, the part of me that's still really scared of, like, I might not word this the best way and then someone's going to immediately assume the other part of it. That's why I was so scared for years to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it all the way back in, you know, like 2020 2021, where I was like, hey, this feels like a lot of pressure is being put on me, but I knew that what it would immediately be construed to is, oh, so you don't care. So you don't care about these things that we are essentially, you know, like you know, giving you attention to care about. And I'm just like, that's not the case at all. that's not the case at all. I do genuinely care. I just don't like the way that people are talking about it. I don't like the assumptions that people are making, and I don't like the way that people are talking like about it, to the point where it's making it out to be way bigger of a thing when you don't know how I act. Like, that's the thing. And I wanted to say that, but then what would have been assumed is just like, oh, so you just really don't care. And that's why I fell into this sort of cycle, in a way, of just like being so scared to, or being not even scared, but just like anxiously checking absolutely everything, you know, like trying to turn myself into this, like this creator and everything, because of the fact that I just wanted people to enjoy what I made, and I didn't feel like a lot of people would enjoy what I'm making unless I was, you know, absolutely perfect with everything else. And that's the thing. And the sad thing is that I also do, and still continue to, actually just also care about a lot of the same things that you guys care about too. You know? And that's where it definitely stung the most in the past, was because of the fact that it was really like there was a lot of these things that just like were being said that just weren't true, and I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, oh, I have to go out of my way to make sure that I, you know, figure out, you know, how to show that I do care. And that's the sad thing, is that for the longest time I wasn't doing things because of the fact that I did care, although that was a part of it. I was doing these things because of the fact that I was so worried. I was so worried, and I was so anxious that I would like put myself into this pressure and everything, even though if the information had been given to me in the exact same way, or in a different way, but it was the exact same either cause or situation or issue, I probably would have ended up doing the same things. You know, I probably would have ended up still doing the same things that I wanted to do, just, you know, having a better time with it, not having as much anxiety with it. But yeah, because I understand that it comes from a place of wanting to help, you know. It comes from a lot of people. It comes from a place of wanting to help, and I want to make sure that I continue to, you know, make people, you know, feel seen within this community, to allow, you know, the creativity to flourish, you know, to allow a lot of people to just continue to have a good time here, because that's really all I care about. But it shouldn't get to the point where you're trying to cater to absolutely everyone, and so you feel like if one thing isn't perfect, then it's all going to come crumbling down. Because that's how I felt. And that's kind of, and the thing is, though, is that because of that pedestal that I was on for the longest time, that's kind of what happened. With a lot. You know? Like, I absolutely do regret every single mistake that I've made. Every single thing that I've done, I've tried to make sure that I become a better person from it and everything. But a lot of the time, I just was like looking at all these things, and I was looking at all this, and I was just like, is this all really necessary? I was sitting there just like, is everything that's being said about me really necessary? You know, and it's when you're fucking 17, 18, that's not something that you're equipped to handle. That's not something that you're equipped to handle at all, you know? So, I don't know. That's I don't even, where am I? Sorry, I just woke up. No. But like, I do appreciate the people that do understand that. And I know that it's just a part of the internet, and I really can't change that. And there's a lot that I probably would have done differently if I could go back with it. I would have, one, not just make the mistakes that I did and everything, but I also would have tried to tell you guys, hey, the way that everyone's acting just really isn't cool, and I don't like the way that this is going. I wish that I said that, because then it would leak into other communities. There would be arguments within itself, arguments against other communities as well, arguments like, with other people, and it wouldn't be good. And that's the thing, though, is that it's just like none of it was good. None of it was good. Like, that's the thing. None of it was productive. It was just like a bunch of infighting that ultimately, honestly, just made the community feel a lot more separated. And that was the really sad thing about it, is that me being like, hey, if I make a mistake, I want to make sure that I know about it, and everything, and I want to learn from it. People took that and they turned it into, we should look for absolutely any mistake, and if we do not get a statement on this, or we do not get an answer from this, then they obviously do not care. And then they took that and then started to apply it to other members of the community as well, when they hadn't even, that's the thing. They took that and they turned that to other members of the community too. And instead of trying to build each other up, it was, oh, you did this, we're going to tear you down over this. Because it's like, I'm going to be so honest. I'm going to be so real. Like, there was so much dumb shit that I did when I was 13, 15, That's the thing. There was so much dumb shit that I did. And the fact that I saw a lot of people that were either maybe around the similar age, or just new to the internet or something, or maybe they just straight up just didn't know a lot of things, right? It's like a lot of people aren't even given the opportunity to be like, oh shit, I do need to change this. And it's really sad, because a lot of people shouldn't be put under that pressure. It's not a good pressure, because all it does is it makes you anxious. It makes you want to, instead of, learning and growing, it makes you want to show less. It makes you want to hide in a way, especially too. That's the thing. I don't know, because I feel like, obviously, again, this doesn't apply to everything. I want to make that very clear. And the fact that I even have to say that is, again, part of that same fear of people are going to take it, misconstrue it, and then get upset about it, when they're the ones that went to that conclusion in the first place. You know, that's the thing. It's so like ingrained. It's so ingrained to the point where it's just like, yeah. Yeah, no. For the longest TLDR, for the longest time, like, there's been so much where it's just, again, it's just so sad. You know? It's so hard when it came to separation because there was one side that would undoubtedly hold you on such a high pedestal, and the other extreme of people hyper-focusing on every single thing said. Yep, exactly. There was a divide of people thinking that I could do no wrong, and then a divide of people thinking that I was going to do everything wrong. And then those people would fight. And then the community would get called toxic, and then people would be afraid to watch because of how toxic the community is and everything. When in reality, it's like not the whole of the community. It was like, again, because all it takes is a couple of posts to be, you know, taken out, blown out of proportion and seen. And then a lot of people see that from the outside and they go, oh shit. And it's so sad. I'm so glad we mellowed out. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I've taken a step back. I haven't seen a lot, but like, at the end of the day, like, also just like the thing is that also just arguing with other communities too was another big thing. I remember I would see people go like, oh, well, your streamer gets this amount of views, my streamer gets this amount of views, and I'm just like, you guys are both stupid. You guys are both so dumb. Like, if you don't like another community or another creator and everything, just don't talk to them. Just don't interact with them, even if they're saying dumb shit about me. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. Like, unless it's like, I'm gonna be so real. This was a part of my hot takes on the video, and I'm still gonna have this in the video. But like, I was literally saying, just like, if you're arguing with someone, right, and it's you know, like, there's a really big difference between going like, hey, between replying to someone like, hey, you know, Ranboo, despite what you're saying, Ranboo actually didn't kick a bunch of puppies in 2015. And going, oh, you called my content creator, you know, bad and gay, so I'm gonna, you know, dox you or some shit. I was just like, dude, I can bet you not a single creator has ever seen someone literally fighting for them and gone, good, this is a good thing that's happening. And the creators that have, aren't good people. But at the end of the day, it's like, it was just a lot. And I don't know how the hell I got to this. I'm sorry to everyone that was here for the fucking, you know, FNAF talking about it shit, because I just kind of went on a rant there because that kind of hit home for me. There's been so much over the last few years that I'm just like, I really want to talk about this with you guys. I really wanted to. And I really wish that I did earlier, honestly. But again, huge anxiety. Massive fucking anxiety. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle this. You know, even if people told me what to do, I was still just like, I have no idea. Because I still want to make sure that I'm doing, you know, good. I still want to make sure that I'm doing good with what I have. And that's the really sad thing about it, though, is that a lot of people took this, you know, this new, you know, creator and everything, who, you know, did want to do good, and then turned it into something that just became really toxic. And that's really, that will always make me kind of sad, honestly. Because it's like, a lot of people, like, I don't know, maybe they did have the best intentions, maybe they didn't, but at the end of the day, a lot of people just, because again, I don't blame a lot of people. That's the thing. I don't blame a lot of people, because it's just like, I understand where it comes from. You know, I understand why. But at the same time, it's also like, I still feel like there's just mistakes, a lot of mistakes. And there's no way to, you know, fix mistakes until you've made them. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I do appreciate where the community seems to be now. Again, I don't really know how deep it is and everything. Like, I've taken a big step back from a lot. The only time where I really do speak about things is when it's like affecting, you know, someone else potentially too. And I don't know. At the end of the day, I do want to do good because of the fact that you guys have given me so much, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys a lot. And at the end of the day, I still want to do good. I still want to continue to do what I do. But I do feel like this has just been a long time coming with it. And I wish that I said it earlier. I really wish that I said it earlier. Honestly. Because even though people probably would have been upset, you know, I knew my intentions. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, though, is that a lot of creators especially see it and they start to believe what people are saying are their intentions, when in reality, it's not. You know? And at the end of the day, you just have to continue to remember your intentions as a creator. And remember that, you know, you're not doing it because of the fact that you genuinely don't like this thing or hate this thing. You're doing it because of the fact that it's just like, oh, you know, it's something that you realize about yourself, you know? I don't know. Because again, no one should be held to this pedestal. No one should be held to the pedestal that I was at. It genuinely was just terrible, because then I would see a lot of these things that these people were doing and go like, where's the line? What's going on? You know, like I was just scared and confused and shit. And it was just like, damn. Yeah. Thinking back on it, I always get kind of sad with it, because I'm just like, if I was at the same place where I was now, you know, and again, this only happened. I'm gonna be real. This realization and this, like, you know, change has really only happened within like the last like year, maybe few months for me, you know. And I don't know. At the end of the day, just remember where your intentions come from. Are you saying that I should, you know, either do this thing or, you know, like not say this thing because of the fact that you genuinely care? Or is it that whenever you post about it, you get a lot of people liking it, or a lot of people talking about it, or you get the creator talking about it? Like, that's the thing. Is that if the reason why you get upset after, you know, like maybe no one sees it or something, then that's just not right. That's just not right. You know? Like, instead, take that energy and do something that will actually do good within the community as well. You know? Take that energy, that outrage that you have, and realize where it comes from, and instead do something that'll actually do good within the community. You know? Especially when other content creators do the same thing. It's radio silence, but it's person else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another thing, is that there have been a lot of times where I've seen like other creators and it's just like, oh, well, I don't watch that person. But at the end of the day, you should still be just as upset, because it's the same thing. You know, like that's the thing, is that if you're getting this upset over one person, you should be getting upset about all, like, you know, the other people that are making these mistakes too. You know? And then also, again, just also the pressure that statements have as well. That's another thing. The absolute pressure that people have on every single statement being absolutely perfect is insane. Is absolutely insane. If you don't hit the right words, if you don't say the right things, then your entire statement is immediately not valid. Your entire statement is immediately not valid. And then that's what happens, is that it gets shown with the one sentence, and then that's all the statement was that one sentence that you didn't word correctly, or that you didn't say right. And then that's what gets assumed. You know? So I think not addressing things publicly is better than addressing it. That's the sad thing, though, is that there have been a lot of times where I've wanted to address things publicly, but I haven't been able to, because of the fact that I knew that it had to be this absolutely perfect thing, just in order to be able to get the message out without people getting so upset by it, without people immediately going to outrage. Like like that's the thing. Like the fact that there have been a lot of things that I've wanted to talk about, right, to like inform people of maybe the same mistake that I made, right? people don't see that, oh, you know, like, oh, maybe I've made this mistake that I made, and you know, they're saying this statement, you know, to, you know, show, hey, you know, send a message to the community. They immediately say it and went, ah, you've made this mistake. This is awful. This is terrible. This is the, like, you know, like, this is what you did. You have not learned from this. This is exactly who you are now to me. This is the image that I have of you in my mind. And it's just like, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. And it is so sad to see. Because it's like, all it does is it shows other creators, not even creators that are, like, maybe it's another creator that you like enjoying, right? All it does is when this happens to one creator, the other creators see that shit and they go, oh, I should probably just avoid speaking about this altogether. And that's so fucking sad. Because imagine how much good a lot of creators could do if they didn't feel the immediate pressure of having to word absolutely every single thing perfectly in order to just be able to put out a message. Other community members too. Yeah, exactly. Imagine the good that could be done by so many creators if, because of the way that a lot of people are so intense, that they could have done. Because I've had that happen. I'm gonna be so honest. I have had creators talk to me and come up to me and talk about how genuinely they are just going to not say anything about, like, you know, like, certain things because of just the fact that they're so afraid of getting it wrong and having everyone else be on them, or having it then be expected of them to do even more in the future. Having it be an expectation instead of anything else. Like, literally, I've had conversations with creators where they've said that, like, you know, they want to talk about these things, they want to do good with these things, but then they realize that if they do say something about one thing, then they're going to have to continue to keep that up. And it gets to the point where they just want to, you know, quit, where they just want to not be online, where they want to not be with their community. And that's the saddest thing. That's the absolutely saddest thing. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I get that you want to be passionate, and I get that you want the most good to be done by these creators and everything, but the thing is that it had the opposite effect. It really did. It really had the opposite effect. And it's so sad because there are so many I've had a lot of creators come up to me and go, yeah, no, like, I don't want to say anything about this. Or, you know, like, they say, like, you know, oh, you really shouldn't have had to speak about that to me. But then I have to say, like, no, I did really actually want to speak about it. It's just that, you know, there was just a lot of pressure as well. And that is so sad when it's speaking about, you know, like, a good cause or a good thing, you know? I don't know. It's so like, there's so much. And especially as well as that, it also makes then other creators afraid to interact with that creator because of the fact that they're worried about the community, like, leaking over in a way. They're worried about that reaction, right? Because they don't want to be held to the same standard, and they realize that, oh, if I do something with this person, I will be held to that standard as well. And that's another sad thing, is that there have been so many, you know, like things and like things that I've seen where it's literally just been like, oh, you know, we probably, you know, shouldn't talk with, or, you know, like, be like around, like, this person and everything because of the fact that they're getting under a lot of, like, heat right now, you know? And it's just like, that's so sad. Because that's not how a person should be treated. Especially a person that, like, would want to be good, would want to do good. You know? Like, the fact that some, like it's really sad. It's really fucking sad. Because it's like, I know that a lot of creators have the best of intentions. But then it's like, they're so, like, scared of, you know, like, putting out, like, little statements or everything, or, like, even saying, you know, like, if there's like, you know, a certain month for anything, you know, even saying that, making a tweet about that, because then people will see, oh, you made a tweet about one, but then you're not making a tweet about like this or that. So therefore you hate these things. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely nuts. Like, I can absolutely understand talking about, like, you know, problems as a whole, you know, within certain subjects, within certain topics and everything. But immediately assuming that just because of the fact that a creator does not say or do a certain thing, that they're immediately against it and or part of the problem, is the weirdest thing. And again, it just makes it so much harder for creators to want to do good. It just makes creators not want to be around their community. And that's the saddest thing. Because at that point, who are you making the content for? Well, it's not just when I say Twitter, it's not just a Twitter thing. It's a whole internet thing. It's a whole internet thing. This isn't just a thing because it's the same person. It's the same person that sees it on Twitter and then goes to TikTok. It's an internet thing. It is a person thing. You know, because then people will go to other places and make these absolutely just generalizing comments about all this stuff when they don't even know the context. And then so much stuff will be spread, and then again, bam, sabotage, just like that. And it's so sad to see. It is so sad. Because it's good. It's absolutely incredible to feel like you are part of something that is making good change. But they just don't realize that it's not a good change. Like, they don't realize that they're not doing it through the right ways, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And again, people are so afraid to speak up about that as well. People are so afraid to speak up about that. There are so many creators that have had conversations after conversations. Hell, I've had conversations for years with other creators where I've talked about how just afraid I was to be able to talk about and to be able to, you know, do these things because of the fact that I was worried about not getting it right. Because then immediately, you know, everything would go to shit. And there are so many creators that feel the exact same fucking way. They just don't feel like they can say it because of the fact that people will, again, make those generalizing comments, take what they said out of context, you know, do all these things that all it does, again, is just make them more afraid to talk about anything. When you try to repair your mistakes, people invalidate your attempts because of one thing. Exactly. It's like, it's the craziest thing to me because it's like, it's the craziest. I'm sorry, I need to reread that sentence because I just let that send me a whole train. One mistake on the internet can immediately be put and assumed as this is exactly how you act. And this is exactly what you are forever. And that is just not healthy. Obviously, again, there are different cases with every single thing. All right? And again, the only reason why I'm saying that is because people will immediately go and just think, oh, is it about this thing? It's not. It's so obviously not. Like, it's so crazy to me how so many people will take a creator's words and immediately assume that, like, this is exactly how they think. This is exactly what they do. This is how they act on and off camera. Like, you should never be speculating on how a creator acts off camera. Because that shit's just weird. There's a reason why there's an off camera. It's because it's not, you know, it's not things that, you know, should be seen. But that's not to immediately assume that every single creator is just a god-awful person and is, you know, is just beating people up at the end of every stream. You know, like, I've got a guy in the back that I immediately go and sucker punch in the face as soon as I'm done with every single stream. No, exactly. Like, I don't know. It's just so many people want to have that moment of being like, I have created this change, to the point where they actively search it out and then nothing happens from it. Nothing happens from it. And it's so sad. Like, the opposite effect happens from it, because it's like, I know so many creators that, like, probably want to do so much and they want to do so much good with what they have, but they feel like if they do one thing for one cause, then they immediately have to do everything that is expected of them. And that's the thing, is that it's these expectations. It's these expectations that really get creators just disinterested in it. And all it does, again, is just puts a bad name on the creator, then also puts a bad name on the community as well. You know, there have been so many times where I've seen people that say that they like, oh, they enjoy my content, but then, you know, they don't want to watch it because of the fact that they're like, you know, worried about, you know, the community and everything. And I'm just like, that's not how a community should be building up its community. Like, that's not how a community should be growing. It shouldn't be growing only based on people that are, you know, going to do every single right thing and make sure that they can fit in with everyone else. Like, no, that's not how it should work at all. You know, you shouldn't be actively searching through every single person that's potentially creating a mistake. You know, like, I don't know, like getting on people, you know, for fucking like art or some shit too. You know, like making like really rude comments and jokes instead of being like, oh, hey, this might, you know, make the creator uncomfortable because of this or something, you know. Or again, speaking for the creator when they haven't even said shit is another big thing too, where it's just like, no, you're assuming things based on the image that you have of me in your head, and you're not actually making any change. You're not actually doing what I want because of the fact that you don't know. you're making it based on an assumption, you know. Like I've said my stuff, you know, like that's the thing, but then that doesn't mean that it can change. That doesn't mean that, you know, maybe there are things that I'm comfortable with. There's so much. Like, I don't know. It was like, ugh. I don't know. It's so weird. I always feel that sometimes you're uncomfortable at something doesn't mean the CC will be. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're uncomfortable at something, then mute. Then mute them or block them or move on, you know, because you know, you should also want to be able to see the things that you want to see. You know? I don't know. It's just, there's a lot with communities, and there's a lot with creators that is just so sad. Because so many creators want to do good. So many creators want to make sure that they're doing the right thing. But then there are so many times where I've you know, been at a convention or been behind the scenes and everything, and I see that a lot of creators feel trapped in the exact same way that I was, where they feel like they can't do these certain things, or that they can't, you know, say these certain things because of the effects, and because of, like, you know, the way that, you know, the community or other communities will act. And that's so sad. You know? I don't know. It breaks my heart to see. I don't know, because honestly, right now, I'm gonna be so honest. I don't feel trapped. Like, I feel good. Like, I feel like I can do what I want to do, make the content that I want to make. You know, if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. You know, and that feels nice. And every creator should feel like this. But I also do know that there's probably a lot of people that are, you know, keeping a pulse on what I do, to immediately get upset about it as soon as something happens. And that's another thing that is terrifying. Is that there is a lot of people that are just keeping their finger on the pulse just to be able to get their moment. And just to be able to get upset. And just not even make it about what they, you know, what they're talking about, or what they, you know, quote unquote care about. Just that. And I don't know. That's really sad. It's really sad. But yeah. No. At the end of the day, just be good people, man. Like, that's the thing. Learn, grow. You're fucking human. You're supposed to make mistakes. You know? Like, that's the thing. There's a lot that there's so much. So I could talk for oh, sorry, my Twitter just randomly refreshed and I saw Toy Bonnie and I got excited. Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that I still do want to say. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a video. I probably actually will. Just based on this rant, I probably will make a video. But yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, again, like, I get that a lot of people's trust have been broken by creators. You know, stuff comes out, you know, and you get that feeling of, oh shit, I've been supporting this awful person. You know? So to combat that, you immediately start thinking, okay, I have to look out for warning signs in every single creator that I watch to make sure that this doesn't happen again. That's just life. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like, the best people don't always get the best opportunities and everything. And I'm not even saying that I'm the best person, you know? Like, that's the thing. Like, is there anything that I know of right now that, you know, could lead to something really, really bad? No. I want to make that fucking clear. But, like, there's probably a lot of mistakes that I'm still making. There's a lot of things that I'm still doing that are probably not the healthiest or anything. But it doesn't mean that you should be looking for the perfect creator, because that just doesn't exist. If that person is willing to try, if that person is willing to... Because for the longest time, I wasn't willing to try. With a lot of stuff, too. And that I will always regret. But at the end of the day, as long as you're willing to try, as long as you're willing to grow, and that's all that matters. Unless you do some really fucked up shit, okay? No. Oh man, yeah. I just feel like a lot of I apologize to everyone that has been in the community for this long, because I've definitely let it get to that point. And I really wish that I could have said something earlier. And I really wish that there was a lot of times where I should have said something a lot earlier. And I'm really sorry that I didn't, because it didn't help anything. It just made like the community and your guys' time there worse. And I'm really sorry about that. But again, I'm learning, I'm improving. I'm gonna keep talking, you know, I'm gonna speak my mind when shit happens, you know. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, I just want you guys to have fun here. You know? And I want us to still be able to do good with what we've got. Because you guys deserve that. For being around for this long, for being through, you know, all the shit and everything. And I just want to make stuff for you guys at the end of the day. You know? I wish that I knew how to handle everything that I did, because maybe I could have held on to a lot more and have had a lot more people feel, you know, safe and included in the community and everything. But the only way that you can go is forward, like a shark. Yeah, no. I appreciate you guys listening to my rant. Sorry that it went on for this fucking long. But it's been a long time coming. And that just kind of, I just kind of went into that because I was just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. You know, like there's just a lot. And again, at the end of the day, I'm always going to try to improve. I'm always going to try to do better, you know, with everything. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes, for sure. That doesn't mean that it's the end of the world when I do, all right? So do not treat it as such. And then also make sure that you guys, Jesus Christ, also make sure that you guys are putting the right fucking information out there too. Oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah. Oof. Tyler for those winners. Exactly. Like, I don't. Yeah. Like, talk about what's important. Continue to do what's good, what's right. Make sure that what you do is coming from a good place at the end of the day. And, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Really do. Despite everything, I still do. You know? So, for the love of God, listen. All right, let's look at this FNAF movie teaser. Holy shit. Ah! Oh my God. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? Kerblamo! There it is. Holy. Wow. Oh, that's going to be so good. That's going to be so good, actually. Holy. Let me take a look at this thing. The fucking no social media. The no social media thing right there. Okay, let's see what's in here. These look to be, yeah, they look to just be Toy Bonnie. I don't think there's anything hidden in the background, really. Yeah, that's Scott. No, that's not Scott. That's where that works at Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Wow, that's so cool. That's so fucking cool. They're gonna look good. They're gonna look so good. They're gonna look so good. All right, thank you guys for listening for that. Let us continue with the interview.
That same relationship that it used to be. I really used to enjoy chatting with everybody and just kind of I don't know. And I guess that's expected because FNAF is more of a big, it's kind of just kind of a bigger thing now, and it's bigger than one person, and I can't just pretend like I can hop online.
Yeah,
and
you
chat
probably
with
do have to get that out for the
everybody
Westlife
and
video.
solve everybody's problems. Used to, I kind of could. I could just go in there and chat with everybody and resolve little problems as if it was like just a squabble on a forum. I can always just step in and solve it, but it's just not the same. And I think that I should have realized that sooner. And I'm really only realizing that this year that I really need to have a better structure in place. You know, and the fan base deserves that. The franchise deserves that. The fan base deserves that, to have more people in charge and running a Twitter page and official news feeds.
Nice. And he has done that, actually. He really has done that.
There's not so much confusion about what's real and what's not real, and real news and fake news, and is this confirmed, is this not confirmed? You know, I could have avoided years of that if I just kind of had a better structure in place with
was that an hour long? Oh shit, my bad.
Like I said, a news feed and someone else to just provide better answers to the fan base. So I'm trying to get all that in place.
Damn, ADHD medication.
I really think
awesome.
I think it would just better serve the fan base. I think everybody would be a little happier if it's not just me trying to jump in and straighten things out when needed.
Yeah, I think the Twitter's a great idea. We're recording this in June, but you know it was announced today. The schedule for what's coming out during that week,
just the wrong schedule.
Really exciting and really good. So people, you know, can get excited for the anniversary. They know what's coming, which is really exciting. And you know, communication like that.
I'm so excited for this next stuff.
You know, it's you know, people have really appreciated that. So thank you for doing that. And looking forward to seeing what happens next on the Twitter, what they announce. And apart from the second movie to look forward to, is there anything else you could hint at for the future?
Give it to me.
Any future titles or any little hints to get people excited for the future?
Surely.
One of the good things is going to be coming from Steel Wool, but that's going to be announced here in this same week that your interview is going to air. So I think that's it. In fact, I'm not sure if it was right before this or right after this.
Yeah,
it might have been right after this.
Yesterday.
Oh shit.
Yesterday. Okay.
No, it's after. It's after. It's for 2. It's 2 days.
And right now the books.
It's after 2 days.
These interactive books, which I read things like that growing up, and so I'm excited about those. And I've tried to add some depth into those to where you can actually collect items in them and things like that. So it's really not just about picking a path. It's about picking a path and getting something.
I'm excited for that.
And then going.
I'm excited for the path games.
So it makes it.
That's gonna be fun.
Makes it more interesting and more intricate. But yeah, I mean that's the plan for movies, games, and books. And I already told you my hope for the next Mega Cat game.
Nice.
And and there is another game planned with. It's not going to be announced for a while yet, so I can't talk about that.
Oh shit! Another game.
Okay.
2 games.
Even beyond what's being announced this week, there's something beyond, but I can't talk about that.
Yeah, so I won't spoil anything. But I read the week before, guys, and it is good. So please, you know, check it out when it comes out. I'm looking forward to the Into the Pit one. VIP is the interactive novel VIP another one as well?
Yes, yeah. VIP it's one that I did with Scholastic, just like
VIP. I need we
for this event.
I don't know.
I mean, I might still be included in a box set later down the road, but no, for this week it was made specifically for this event, by the same author, I believe, as the week before. So if you enjoyed that one, you'll enjoy VIP. And I really love the story for for VIP. I'm not going to ruin it, but it might be one of my favorites. So hopefully everybody really enjoys that.
That's awesome.
How long?
I'm pretty sure it comes.
How long is VIP? Does anyone know? Does anyone know like how long like the average like thing? Does anyone know? Hasbull to Epping, 131 pages. I might take that back. Honestly, we might be playing VIP a little bit.
Interview,
I don't know.
So
we'll see.
Okay, great.
Future me, if you're watching, probably loved it. There is a collab announcement tomorrow from this interview. Whatever it is, I don't know. But it seems that you've been open with collaborations with games.
It has
recently, to be. The Funko one as well. Are you more open to more collabs since we last spoke during the last interview? Like, would you be interested in?
Give me Freddy Fazbear and Fortnite, like, and my life is yours.
By Daylight, have those popped into your head at all, or?
I'm very careful with collaborations because I want to protect the brand and I want to make sure that Five Nights at Freddy's stays as Five.
Listen, I know you want to protect the brand. I know you want to protect the brand. All right, there's nothing that can be more protective for your brand. All right, than Freddy Fazbear. All right, shooting Goku in the head. That is protection at its finest. That's immortalizing your brand. Immortalizing it. Come on.
Five Nights at Freddy's. And there are some games where even if I really enjoy the game, it just doesn't feel like
Fortnite is such a good match.
It doesn't feel like a good match. It feels like a mismatch.
Dead by Daylight though would also be a really good match, and I wouldn't be very upset if Dead by Daylight did have a Freddy Fazbear thing. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if Freddy Fazbear was in Dead by Daylight. Yeah, they better be. They better be. Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. Say hello to Moonsy.
Hello.
Did you see the hour-long rant?
I tuned in for like the last. Did I just
Yeah, that's on me.
No. That was. You know what? I bet that felt good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Hi, chat. Good morning.
He's talking about his brand integrity right now.
Brand integrity is the most important thing for me, and keeping everything feeling like it belongs. And so that's really been my
Freddy Fazbear belongs in Fortnite.
That's really been my only hesitancy.
He really does.
I feel like I am branching out a little bit, and I am a little bit more open to those things than maybe I was in the early years, but I'm still very careful about it. We'll just see. We'll see how things go.
Okay.
He better
Anything
put
else you would like
Fortnite.
to add to finish off the interview?
Let's see here. No,
Dead by Daylight would also be fun, but come on. I mean, come on.
Like I said, I think that the things that the things that are on the horizon are all things to be excited about.
We can do a Dead by Daylight
everybody's
stream.
gonna really enjoy
like that.
The things that the fan base really gonna enjoy. And I wish I could talk about those more, but I don't feel like I can.
He's gonna talk about what's in the box.
Do you think we're gonna have another interview in 10 years' time?
It doesn't have to be 10 years. We can try to do this a little bit more
what's in the box.
What, every 5 years?
Yeah, every 5 years. There we go.
Okay.
Damn.
Shaking
he only gets an hour out of
his
his enclosure every 5 years.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
the biggest thing that everybody has been begging me for this interview when I announced it is the box.
The box.
That is, everybody just wants to know
the FNAF
anything
4
about
box,
it.
The one that everyone's been like, oh shit.
It's the biggest mystery out of the whole 10 years of FNAF, I would say.
My guess is that he just
maybe
doesn't
Midnight
know.
Motorist is
he's gonna
number 2.
He's gonna make up some bullshit.
But yeah, I'd say the box is the biggest mystery that everybody wants. Like even a tiny snippet of something. Help.
Okay.
Surely.
Well, I can try to give somewhat of an answer to that.
Come on.
Even though it might not be
show us the box.
Extremely satisfying for a lot of people.
Oh no.
So I would encourage people to turn off the interview if they don't want an answer that they might not be happy with. But
well, all right. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be seeing you guys never. I'm jumping into the nearest cliff.
Oh my god.
Whenever I'm making these games, there are a lot of things that are in my head that are just flowing.
Oh, he's got no clue.
Ideas.
Oh, there's no way.
When I have them and put them there, it's the first half of something. It's like a string or a rope, just like reaching out.
Wait.
And I know that what's there on the other end is there.
Okay.
I trust that it's there. I know that it's there. And then whenever I progress forward, the rest of that just reappears. The rest of it appears in.
Is it like Schrodinger's box? Is there maybe not something in there? I don't know.
That's all games have been made. I feel that there's something.
He feels that there's something there. What do you mean?
The roads to get there for that to be revealed.
Roads, midnight motor suspension.
But then sometimes when things do progress, the roads aren't always the same roads as the ones that had been planned before.
Has it been like planned over?
And so what that means is, even though at the time something was definitely there, something was definitely reaching out to be there, and I could feel that it was there.
Something was there.
The progression
He's seeing
of the
it in the
story
vision.
didn't go there, and
Rest
so
of the story,
those strings never got pulled on, and those in the
so
other half of
went
that
the
idea
other way.
Remained in the ether, remained in my subconscious.
It's in his subconscious.
All that to say, there is something in the box.
There is something in the box,
but I never pursued it, and I don't know if I can find it again. And I think that that's the best answer that I can.
He doesn't know if he can find the string for the box.
Scott, thank you so much,
dude. Wait. So basically, what he's saying is that he's saying that he created the box. He knew that it was going somewhere, but then the game went in a different direction. So the road to the box was closed off, and then he went another way. And then he knows that there's something in the box, but he just doesn't know what it is because it's not the direction of how the story is going in his head.
So there's nothing in the box. He just said that there was a box.
He said pretty much he said that there was in a box and was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this later. I was holy shit. That's awesome, you guys. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. That's incredible. That's exactly how I wrote my fucking character lore, though. That's exactly how I wrote my fucking character lore, though, so I fucking get it, dude. See, Ranboo is exactly like the fucking box. I would make so many things and go, oh yeah, this is going in a direction, and then it just fucking wouldn't. Oh, man, that's incredible. That is fun. That is so fucking funny, actually. That is hilarious.
For the interview, myself and everybody really does appreciate it. We're looking forward to the future.
They
We're looking forward to this
box.
week. Future me is probably
that's awesome.
stressing
That's so
out,
fun.
playing all the demos and getting ready for Into the Pit in a few days. I'm so excited for Into the Pit. I really, really am. And all the fanverse stuff as well. My Pop Goes and The Joy of Creation, demo. I'm looking forward to playing all of those as well and reading the new book. There's a lot in that week. I'm going to just be MIA that whole week. I've already told my friends and family, like, I'm not going to be here for the whole week.
Pretty much. I've been MIA this whole week too.
Don't text me.
I've been gone. I've been in full FNAF mode
that week. And yeah,
I've been in full
really
FNAF mode.
Appreciate it. So yeah, I think that's it. Which is really weird. That hour went so quick. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Daco.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daco.
Without you guys watching the channel, you know, I wouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Everyone say thank you, Daco.
So it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic 10-year anniversary week, and you're all enjoying yourselves, playing the demos and reading the books and stuff, and
everyone say
excited
thank
for
you,
Into the
Daco.
Pit. And Steel Wars announcement as well. That's so exciting.
This fucking this fucking thumbnail is awesome. Holy shit.
It. So yeah, we'll both leave now.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me, Daco. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Scott. Bye, guys. Thank you.
There he goes. There he goes. That was really good. Honestly, yeah. That was really fun. I'm very excited for the future of everything. I think that's going to be really good. Although I think, hold on, let me see here. Because I remember, I think Daco literally had a series that was about to come out talking about, yeah. The day, so he made a video called FNAF Unsolved, the FNAF 4 box. So he made a video literally about the box just to be told that by Scott literally probably the day after.
No, the box is... No.
That is the funniest fucking thing, actually. Oh, man.
Have you eaten today?
I woke up and then took my meds and then talked about FNAF.
riddled.
I woke up and then started talking about FNAF. I don't know what happened in between. I really don't know. All right. I think, well, that'll be the stream for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next day of FNAF week. We will be reacting to whatever announcement he has. If it's not Fortnite, I will be doing a 30-hour crying stream, so be in tune for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Thank you guys again for listening to my rant. It means a lot. I'll probably make a video. I'm honestly probably going to make like a video on it just to go on my main YouTube, just kind of talking about all that shit. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. It means a lot. Thank you guys for all the subs as well. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait, who gifted the subs in the beginning? I want to thank you personally. Thank you, Jen Lustominas and Meebs Peeps as well. Thank you guys so much for the subs. And Tesseria Gaming as always. Thank you as well. All right. See you guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.